think I'm live.
You think?
Yeah,
Or you are?
I think I'm live. I am indeed live. What's up, SS Arc?
Hello.
I am indeed live. What's up, SS Arc? I'm getting my chat set up right now. Some of you guys show up so fast.
I'm getting my chats.
Just like, I'm not even ready. Some of you guys show up so fast. Just like, I'm not even ready. Oh, I needed that screen. It's 5 a.m. Damn, appreciate you being here so early. What's up, True Jello? What's up, Known? What is up, guys? True Jello, what's up, No? Pop out chat. All right, here we go. Here we go again. What's up, Nine? Welcome back. Thank you for being here again. Dropping all the info on what's going on with PEI. So I saw the Nova Youth team for the wild card did not make it. It was a 5-game finals to determine who makes it from the wild card to PEI next week. And I think I'm going to be able to live viewer party PEI, by the way. It's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm not 100% sure yet, but kind of sure that I'm going to be able to viewer party it live. And it's going to be super early. So, well, super early for me. It was only 5 games. What time EST? I'm not 100% sure yet. Does someone know?
6 a.m. EST. PEI?
You know for sure?
Well, I mean, okay, so it's 18 o'clock Chinese time.
So you know that for sure. Because you didn't even know what days it was.
Okay, well, I was driving.
Okay, but you know the time.
Yeah, it's 18 Chinese time.
Okay, it's going to be 6 a.m. EST. So PEI next week, which is the Chinese Invitational, we're going to have 3 Chinese teams. We're going to have the top teams from all the other Asia regions competing in it. And it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it's going to be 6 a.m. EST. I'll probably post it on my socials too and promote it a little bit. But we're going to be watching it live. It should be interesting. Also, Rejects is in it from Japan, the top team from Japan. We're going to have Zeus playing in it. Zeus Esports. We're going to have BTR playing in it. The Nova Youth team threw last game, or else they would have made it. Dang, that sucks, man. It was 30 teams, 2 days, 15 qualifier last day, which was the finals. Oh, gotcha. Okay, no spoilers, but since you kind of already know, I'll just answer it real quick. 4 a.m. Spawn. Weibo Gaming RNG, and I saw it on my phone literally like a second ago. Give me a second here. The third Chinese team that made it. They were called Huya FA. And FA, I'm pretty sure, does not stand for free agent. I'm not sure what FA stands for. But Huya FA. Hold on. Let me show you. What's up, Kurt? Pretty good looking team. Guy on the left looks like a freaking... Looks like a commentator.
I have a mask on. I look so
Oh. So this is the third Chinese team. All right, we're on to day number 3 of the PEL viewer party. My prediction for top 3 and PEI. There's going to be 2 Chinese teams, and then 1 other team from another region is going to get third. That's how it always works. The guy with the white shirt is JDE74. One of the players on that team that makes it to PEI used to play in PEL. Oh, nice. Nice. But yeah, my prediction would be top 2 goes to the Chinese team, and then 1 team's going to make it past one of the Chinese teams and get 3rd place.
观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎来到2021 SE 赛季总决赛的第11场比赛。这场比赛由阿美耳朵给大家带来解说评述。
是的，马上我们也是能看到自己的一个航线。目前来说呢，航线大概是从黑板领阵的北部啊，往一个废墟飞。
是的，中心是往北边。
对的。那对于狮城的队伍来说呢，还有新山城啊，老工业区可能比较远。是的，像休探，他要回到老工业区北部，其实有一定难度。
但是如果安全区往南边刷的话，像我们刚刚说太阳南边战队的
RNG, WBG, and whoever the most passive / good at hiding team is, it'd be like that reflex. That's funny.
这边直接飞的话，对于老干爹来说是一个头等舱
哦。而且今天啊，这个筒子哥给我们了一个非常准确的消息，说 LGD 在比赛当中会做一些小动作。
具体是什么样的小动作，我觉得我们还是要在比赛里来看。
是的，另外我们在画面当中是看到秦九已经朝天霸输出了啊。这2天在沙漠地图，居居啊想去酒馆的这个心思啊是人尽皆知。
对。
但是好像看起来成功率并不高。
可能也是因为圈型的原因吧。
而另外，我们的沙漠骆驼 RNG 啊，也是落到自己的跳点，又是一个正中央的圈。这种圈呀，太适合运营战队打了。我跟你说
Dude, what is this? Look at TC. Chinese splits are so freaking crazy. When you split so hard, you don't even really drop in the city that you kind of claim for yourself. Look at TC. Usually, a team drops in the city, but they split so hard, they don't even drop in the city. They just drop all around the city. Which is like, if it works, it works. Because what this does is like, they don't need to drop in the city if no one's dropping in it, right? They could spread out and control everything else all around the city from the very beginning. But I don't know. I just don't think this drop in particular is realistic. Let me go back on one of the days. I think they're specifically doing this because they realize no one's going to drop in the city with them anymore. This is probably like strategy that was developed over time. But realistically, like if this was PMGC, they would not be able to get away with it. Unless if it's like they've done their research and it's like, okay, we can do this split. We can get away with this. So I'm actually really curious to see. Oh my god, these ads.
This is eToro.
Hi, Zuta. I saw you in Umata. Yeah, I was in his stream yesterday. I was doing a little bit of a commentary with him. It was fun. Okay, so this is... Oh yeah, they've been doing this in the other games too. But I mean, if no one's dropping in the city, may as well drop all around it and start off with more control on the map. Makes sense. Which teams is currently in the top 3? The scores are on your right hand side right here.
这种航线和圈型匹配的圈，我真的特别喜欢看。
How will global teams fare in PEI?
我们说如果航线和圈型
I think
那些圆的圈啊，就非常需要
okay, the top 2 is going to be the Chinese teams.
这个指挥，在赛场上的
One Chinese team is going to get beat by a team from another region, I feel like.
但是这样一个中规中矩的圈啊，
As for which region is going to have the biggest chance, I think Zeus, just Zeus themselves as a team, I think is going to do well. They could get third.
就这种中规中矩
Bigatron,
已经发展到什么程度了？就你旁边这
I feel like Bigatron has kind of fallen off.
拿的是什么枪？
They did change up their roster a little bit, so Bigatron has a good chance too if their synergy is good. WBG is the old ELG team.
而昨天 NV
They got picked up by
重要的原因
or not picked up. They got bought out because ELG was an org, and then WBG
在沙漠地图
bought the
当中
team,
他们是可以尝试
which
获得
is
3个淘汰
WBG's Weibo Gaming, and Weibo is essentially Twitter, but in China.
如果按照
Chinese
常规赛
Twitter.
来看的话，你必须要达到场均
I'm Japanese, and so it's really nice to see you participate in the Japanese PUBG mobile community. Oh,
已经是第
your English is really good. You're typing.
其实不多，就4-5支
But yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
这样的一个圈型啊，对于 Showtime 来说不算有特别大的优势。
I'm trying to get more involved, but I've just been so busy.
在北边，现在呢还得往自己想要去的搜索点位搜索一下。
I don't really have faith in the RNG because they don't know how to win a game, but they are good fraggers overall. Yeah, RNG has always been known to be a super like aggressive, strong fighting team, right? Keorolo Zute. What's up, Omar?
LGD 在沙漠地图当中场均只能获得2.25个淘汰，观众朋友们就想了，这 LGD 这双子星正面枪这么
It'll be a big O if they get beat by the Tier 2 Chinese team.
其实
Yeah.
完全相反。
I don't think the 9. How good is the Huya FA? Like I know they're not like the PEL League China teams, so they're kind of like Tier 2, right? But how good are they? I didn't watch the wildcard regions or the wildcard games play. What is this?
而且这一次又是航线和圈型匹配的圈啊。
Hey guys, back live with day number 3 of the viewer party.
的那2场沙漠地图呢，他们动
Live right now.
快，而且让
Swipe up,
的那叫一个
and you'll get to watch me, and you might get to see Zuki too.
LG 昨天也说了，哎呀，遇到微博头痛，要不然就是前期来撞我，要不然
Hope you cast PMGC this year with Jukes.
我目前看起来啊，微博好像有
Low key.
比较致命的
I hope I get on a PMJL team and we get number 1, and then I get to compete in PMGC
碰
again.
到这种喜欢抱团的战队，微博正面落败。
But if not, I don't know. Maybe I can cast. We'll see.
但是你
Oh.
遇到人的话，他在犹豫，我到底打
The competitive me still wants to compete,
这边有
bro.
大机会了 SMG 在今天的比赛当中节奏也是有一些变化的，动得非常的早。
Oh.
这样的一个变化让 NV 腾讯视频完全没有捕捉到。
Nova was not expecting SMG to be here this fast.
扣甲早就是埋在这里了。
You don't see that happen
SMG 其实
in this league much at all. A player dying scouting, it's because they already know where every team's going to be at what time. So I think Nova miscalculated, or SMG specifically got there way earlier than they usually do.
找一个比较安全的
So
位置先待着吧。
你没法了呀，
Rip.
你没有探点位了呀。
是你如果后面再派出一个去探点的话，如果他也倒了，那就变成2。
就4个
RNG are finalist specialists and WBG's C9 on some major
探
crack.
点位，我只有2个了。这
Do you think 19E or Ghost gonna qualify for PMGC? Yeah, I think Ghost will.
SD 呢，最近的
And by the way, Ghost Gaming, they're confirmed to play in PEC.
昨天也
And PC is like in July, I think Tensa told me.
穿梭不是说他们失常，而是说
Yeah,
对手
Tensa told me they're set to go to China on July to compete in PEC. They're taking like the winners of each PMPL region, or they're inviting each winner from each PMPL region. Meaning,
在 SD 的风格呀，
as far as I know, Ghost Gaming,
扎一个全中心，
Rejects,
就是扎拳。
um,
耳朵你肯定清楚。
DRS,
决定的时候，落地
from
会很果断，就最
yeah,
害怕的
DRS will be going, I think.
走挨打的时候
Yeah.
突然就哎
So we're gonna see Ghost Gaming compete against Chinese teams in July. It'll be really soon. Do I know Jonathan? I get that question every stream. I know of Jonathan. I've never met him though. And before you ask, yes, I think Jonathan is a good player. STEY is getting benched because of getting knocked unnecessarily. So he's pulling an HH24. A player with a lot of good, like a really great player. Just bad awareness. Which is better, 3-1 split or 2-2 split? It depends on the situation. If you have a really good spot in zone, right, and you want to control all of it, 2-2 is really good. 3-1 split is usually for you just need one player to hold the flank to shoot enemy teams away, and 3 other players working more towards the inside of the circle because the next circle shift's probably going to shift towards their direction. Or a 3-1 split could be your flank is going to have a lot of teams pressing in with the way the circle works. So you put 3 people on the flank duty and 1 person more towards the middle to scout potential next circle shift rotations. Oh, we got a cat and a bag.
而且我说过，在这种航线和圈型匹配的情况下，这种擅长打运营的战队啊，绝对是有很大的优势。
Nothing's happening right now, so let's switch to face cam real quick.
金元的话，运营战队就好打，但是一个西边的那切，
这个派呀，怎么说
？Team 派是站在了正中央，其实这个点位啊，微博非常喜欢站。
Oh, we got a hard shift, by the way.
视野没有看太清楚的话，盲扎肯定是不可能的。
对，微博可以慢慢绕嘛。
Okay, it's official. The Chinese version of the game hard shifts just as hard as the global version of the game. It's way too many hard shifts. What's up, Tech? Thanks for the 100 mana.
踩在阴阳圈的正中央，我觉得也不是什么坏事。但你要知道，体坛站着。
是的，体坛也有可能想去扎马路边的坑。这里齐建航对墨竹一波扫射，差1球。
沙漠骆驼今天不跑路了，要正面作战了。 佟家宝目前的积分是46，排在第12名。
哦，这里微笑被远点的舒涵。
Oh, where did AG snipe that guy from?
体坛这边压力非常的大。
哎，雷仔 TMG 也杀过来了。
晚风这边必须要回撤了，这台车。
Oh, that guy just got shot. That TEC player got destroyed. Look at this. This guy's shooting at these guys coming in a car, and the passenger from the car just absolutely destroyed him. Oh. Everything's falling apart for TEC. I love the confidence out of these teams, bro. Like TMG's, like on this circle, we're taking this spot. I don't care if we hear gunshots. I don't care if there's teams here. We're going to come in together as 4, and most likely the team here is like a little bit split up or whatnot, and they just take it by force. Hey, Hayden Looper. I'm pretty sure his first 3 hard shifts and last ones are minimal shifts. Even the last circle is hard shift from what we saw. But the circles in this game, I swear to God, the like ending circles, when it shifts, when it changes, the size shrinkage isn't as big as the global version. How do I communicate in the Japanese league? We actually just use English. Very basic English. The more advanced comms, the team communicates to each other in Japanese. But I think like all the players are experienced enough that with basic English comms, they know what to do. Like we're gonna push here. Like 2 knock, 3 knock, push, cover, revive. They like the players all know English like well enough. And personally for me, I'm experienced enough at the game where if they just tell me a simple English command like Zute push here, I'll know how to push. I know what I'm looking out for. I'll know kind of what my job is when I'm pushing up. So it's like, yeah. Can't believe you deleted me off your friends list. Sometimes the game just deletes people, I swear. I rarely mess with my friends list, so. How's Zuki and Juke's dog get along? They kind of just stare at each other. Can we see your team at PMGC? My team right now in Japan is not a we are not a PMJL team. So we're like a tier 2 team. We're not competing yet in the tier 1 league. So no. Keep an eye out for ST Daquan. He's the ST player with 3 Chinese characters. Okay. I see, like, look, this is a hard shift, right? Because look at how close this white circle is touching the edge of this side. But in the global version of the game, this circle would be a bit smaller, no? Like, this is a hard shift, but from the hard shift side, from here to here, it's not that long of a distance. I think a regular, like a global version of the game with the same hard shift, the circle would be like, circle would be more like this, I feel like. Right? So this is technically a hard shift because look at how close the circle is touching the previous edge on this side. Very close. But the Chinese version of the game, the circle doesn't shrink that much. That's the big difference. Are you going to move into SG8 Gaming House once COVID cools down? Yeah, that's the plan. But we'll see what happens because, you know, a lot of things going on with COVID and whatnot. Thoughts on Reject Japan? They're doing really good. I think I haven't been watching PMJL closely enough, but one potential problem is I think last year Blue Bees also did really well in Japan, right? But on the global level, their strategy wasn't up to par. So, and I've always thought the Japan players have insane gun skills. Their gun skill is really good in Japan. Their gun skill, their fighting is really good in Japan. But I feel like the region's overall strategy with rotations and how to take certain rotation in fights isn't as strong. So that's why sometimes the top team out of a certain region, like say for Blue Bees, for example, didn't do too well in the finals at a global level. Is PUBG big at Japan? It's really big in Japan. They zoom, the map circles are the same. Oh, okay. So 9's saying the circles shift size are the same. It just doesn't look as bad because they have the map zoomed in. Okay. Damn. 9, I need to bring you on as like my guest commentary viewer party analyst because you know everything. Why did I leave Execute? The team was just not getting along with primarily the way the team was being led. That's why I left Execute. That's why Killswitch left Execute. That's also why Fameboys left Execute. We all left because together the team was just not working out. And I honestly was going to just play and join another team for NA. Or no, not for NA. At that time, I also already got an offer from Japan. So while I was with Execute, I already got the offer from Japan. So I was going to plan on going to Japan. And then the team itself just wasn't good either. That's why all the other members on the team left. If PUBG one gets big in NA, then NA would dominate, no cap. I think NA would take like a year to catch up to other regions that have had like insane amounts of practice in tournaments. But I think NA would be the best at PUBG, honestly, because PUBG PC North America brought home the championship. So I think North America, we're good at PUBG. There's a game called Knives Out. Oh, I know Knives Out. It's more popular in Japan than PUBG. Does Uneven speak Japanese with his team? I don't think so.
是的，打倒了 Max，Max 这个位置是基本上服不了了。
TC 这边不是有4个人的吗？怎么打着打着就剩俩了呀？
Chinese version has 120 FPS. Yeah, the game is so much nicer. The Chinese version of the game is so much nicer. Oh, look at that. Everyone's using the UMP. Am I Chinese? Yes, I'm Chinese. Will you restream PEI? I don't understand Chinese. Yeah, that's the plan. So it's going to be Tuesday to Thursday at 6 a.m. EST. I'll try to view a party it. I'm not 100% sure yet, but that is the plan. I'll update everyone on my socials when I get a confirmation. What team is Uneven on? He's on 4-7. FOR7. They're currently like top 8 in the PMJL, something like that. Not too great, not too bad. Top Esports is now TC, but the roster isn't the same. Okay. Oh, poor guy didn't make it with the bus. How many slots for Chinese teams in PMGC this year? I don't know about PMGC. Oh, what's up? Fates didn't have the NA teams on PUBG PC that did well have our Oz players. Huh? Sonics? Yeah, Sonics, they're mostly Australian, or half of them are Australian. I think so. Oh. I'm not sure how many of them are Australian, but they are from NA. Or not from NA, they play from NA. So we're going to just take the dub on that one, Fates. You don't get to be Australia #1. NA #1. You got to give that one to us, Fates. Australians got some nasty gamers though. Yeah. Yeah. That's some nasty. Ooh. Fate says, nah, they're Australian team. Australia #1. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that's a tough spot to just try and survive in. Please tell me where you watch PMGL? PMGL? You mean PMJL? Like the Japan League? It's all on YouTube. His name is not legit backwards. 2 slots for Chinese confirmed for PMGC? Okay. Oh. I don't know about that by SMG. That's literally a play to just... Yeah, they can't stop there. They gotta keep going. Yeah, that's a risky rotation. Stopping there is 100% bad no matter what. Like, they should know stopping there is never the play. If they want to risk it for the biscuit, like go more center to a strong high ground position, they never stop there. They just keep going up. Because they should know for a fact that spot has bad angles from everywhere.
这个防区的话，要走右边的那个正门，可能会被架。
不是 ST， 你这一波打的不是一支战队啊，这旁边还有佟家堡呀。
对的，维森2颗燃烧瓶能烧到释怀，那释怀应该是救不了了。
山治怎么办呢？
等一个队友，可以等一个队友，不着急。目前来说，他的右侧山头是没有人抽他们的。
队友已经全员加。
Oh, I forgot to make it full screen. My bad, my bad.
手握一颗闪光弹，
There we go, full screen.
但是没有扔。山治已经来到近点，这个时候要打一个协同。
Yo, what's up? Rosera? Was that how I should call your name by? Rosera?
苏南反倒是被大全军炸倒了。
对的，目前
Yeah, it's absolute chaos.
都会过来劝架。
这不是佟家堡劝架呀，这你是
TJB have nice control though.
对的，打得太过于主动了，明明还在安全区内，却选择了一波主动出击。
大圈圈一个人炸3个佟家堡的 ST， 同时在扶人，
一旭已经倒地不起啊，没有办法再扶。大圈圈
Oh, that molly. Oh.
哦！ 大圈圈，最后的一个独狼占领这个防区，
他不敢拉出去，拉出去会有外面的枪线。
Yeah, just secure the kill points. Secure the kill points. He's oh my god, this guy pop. Woo! Wait, is this Daquan? Is this my boy Daquan? The 3 Chinese letters? ST Daquan? This is Daquan, isn't it? This is Daquan. Let's back up this fight. Hold up. So ST got all 4 here. Oh, PEI was involved in this fight too. Okay, then they get third party. PAI was doing a split. They have a PAI member all the way up there on the mountain. You see that? All the way up there. I'm not sure. I'd have to back up some more, but I'm just going to assume PAI had this position. ST pushed in on vehicles, right? So PAI was here first. They had a huge split with 1 person up there. 3 at the compound. And then ST pushed in, and now TJB's pushing in. And then you also have a 4th team pushing in, or looking to push in, maybe third party STE.
ST 因为在圈边嘛，收集到这个信息之后呢，直接是贴过来。但是要打这个防区的话，要走右边的那个正门，可能会被架。不是 ST， 你这一波打的不是一支战队。
Reject is way better.
这旁边还有佟家堡呀。对的，维森2
Reject is way better now.
烧到释怀，那释怀应该是救不了了。
We'll see very soon for PEI. It's going to be in a couple days. Rejects will be competing in PEI. Best CQC player in China.
经典3打2，只要协同到位的话，其实拿下 Showtime 也是囊中之物。哎呦，这边山治
Yeah, we have 4 teams here.
反倒是被大全军炸倒了。
对的，目前不管你这边怎么打吧，佟家堡都会过来劝架。
这不是佟家堡劝架呀，这你是撞到我佟家堡的枪口上呀。
What is PEI? Peacekeeper Elite Invitational. So they're inviting the top teams from all the Asia regions to compete against the top teams in China for Peacekeeper. So it's going to be played. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. And he almost knocks that player too. Damn. Daquan. Daquan does something even crazier later. Alright. Don't you miss old C9 with 6's Beowulf and even an adder? 6's Bayo and even adder? If it was Bayo, adder... 6's... I mean, that team never even got a chance to compete because 6's got kicked. And then afterwards, the team just was not strong, man. I'd much rather have Ghost Gaming that we have now with Bayo with stronger fraggers. Yes, aim assist is off. Detonation, Japan team has a very different playstyle. I saw they're not doing too well, right? Detonation Gaming? Or am I thinking about detonators? Isn't there a detonation and a detonator?
想从那个马路里面往这个山上靠，还是有一些压力的。
对他们要进圈的话，还是必须要打掉 NV 腾讯视频这个坑。TC 拉过来是想先清理秦九的2分，
不清理不行啊。哦，其实还可以，这是一个相互帮助的枪线。
对，但他往前踩，你看是个平坡嘛，也会被花神打到。
怎么办呢？逍遥厨神在后点看着 SMG， 知道花神的子弹一直在输出，
等着蓝圈收缩，秦九是会被逼出来的。
但是你要知道，这个赛场上其实压力最大的还不是秦九啊，而是整个西南边的 RNG。
哦，这里格子是放到了机器行一个高打的。
哎呀，刚说完 RNG， 航少刚刚拿到1分，就被高点的人头给打爆了。
派现在还只剩一个格子，但是他这个位置可以收很多的分数，只要他操作的好的话。
I was chilling up there. Do you know the EU teams? To be honest, I haven't been really watching any of the regions, so I'm not too sure. I mean, I know Navi and Footballist, right? Do you think if Sixes was never kicked out from C9, they would have been best team in NA? They need another strong, like a stronger fragger. Sixes and Bayo kind of both play support. The only fragger they really had was Adder. So, like, I don't think so. The ghost gaming that they have now is, like, perfect. Bayo is IGL, more of a support player on the team. Spec is just an absolute monster, close range. And then Tensa is very flexible. Tensa could do like any role. And then H kind of just does HH things. Do you think Nova XQF kind of whiffed because everyone had their eye on them for so? Yeah, I mean, when you're the champions for so long, teams will just naturally notice the things you do and pay attention a bit more, and then you just will naturally get targeted more often. Dude, this guy's getting owned! Bro, this guy got... XZ, bro. This man XZ. That's the difference between FPP and TPP. That's the big difference right there. In TPP, that guy has easy shots because he can peek up and know exactly where the enemy is before he has to peek. The RNG player, he can run zigzags and just pre-fire around the same area. Dude, that guy got destroyed. That guy got embarrassed.
这就是心态上的问题，我觉得他完全可以站起来跟舒展拼，但是他选择偏头躲一下子弹。
但实际上有掩体的情况下，我们是可以利用自己的身法去规避对方的火力输出，但是舒展也不傻呀，你躲我就不开枪啊。
我觉得他可能当时有一点犹豫吧，我在想到底是打他呢，还是扶他呢，还是躲？
在关键的时刻给我们上演了一波。如果说位置不够啊，咱就别低头，还是正面看看敌人吧。
对的，对的。
That's split by WBG. It's very greedy. And if they already have the high ground up there, I could see why they want to. Because if they have to push down, it'd be kind of difficult. So they want a player already with a foothold down there, but it's definitely way too greedy. You ever thought C9 was a strong team? The only strength with C9 was literally Bayo's IGL. And then they had a few players that could like play the game for sure. Like Adder was really good as a fragger. Pirate's just a solid player. Uneven's okay. But they never had a distinct strategy other than just Bayo's rotations, and that was about it. So I think C9 was like C9 was strong, but it was mostly all Bayo's IGLing and rotations. I feel like now that Bayo has like way more he could work with, like on Ghost Gaming now you see for the very first time like North America has a top tier consistent team, first place in league and in the finals. Ghost Gaming will immediately go in next PMGC. I'm not sure how PMGC qualifications work. We haven't got confirmation yet. Can you paraphrase what the commentators say? My Chinese is not that good that I could paraphrase what they're saying. I'm mostly here to just watch and talk to the chat, if I'm being honest. I think RNG is the most aggressive team in PEL. Between LGD and RNG, LGD looks really aggressive too. Dude, this RNG player made it all the way to this zone. What? How did he get there? He literally just ran all the way over. Hold up. He ran all the way around. Look at that. He's all the way over here. And then he just snuck all the way around to the other side of the map. He looped all the way around. Yeah. Wow, he actually just ran all the way around. What players do you think will make the best NA team? I feel like the current Ghost Gaming team. Each individual player's playstyle, like, all kind of fits together like a puzzle piece on the team, I feel like. STE is the most aggressive. They just didn't perform well in finals. Just they grab a drink. Is my voice getting coarse? What is going on? I feel like all of these players are rushing a little bit too hard. Oh, nice. Dude, RNG, this guy clutched up huge for RNG. Oh, you play comp? Currently coaching and playing for a Japanese team. I feel like H is the wild card of the team. Sometimes he's goated, other times. Yeah, I mean, frags-wise, HH was still up there. All the Ghost players were up there. Like, they all performed well individually. It's just H sometimes when he gets knocked, it looks really dumb. Do you think Chinese teams should be involved in the global scene more? Be a PUBG or Game for Peace? I think the way it is right now is fine. The Chinese just come in like once a year for the global championships. Because they have their own like tournament where they're playing like 24/7. Like the PEL's like circuit, the league there. Like right now NA, we're waiting like 2 months kind of until the next big tournament. Like we have a lot of downtime. I don't think the Chinese scene has that much downtime. They just have something going on all the time. They have a tier 2 league that has like, you know, viewership and funding too.
会留在圣马丁内，然后是直接扎了圣马丁里面，但是没有想到 TC 留了2个。
TC 不仅留了2个，还变了3个。
对，
今天上场的4个人有3个和昨天不一样，那想法和思维肯定不一样啊。
确实，然后包括 TMG 也是这么想的。
是的，
感觉没有。
We need game for peace global. Yes.
TMG 根本
Game for peace is so nice.
只要我4个哥们还在。
If you've ever played Game for Peace and you have high ping, it feels like you have lower ping than playing the global version on lower ping. Who's currently better, Xenox or Acer? If I had to pick Xenox, I feel like Xenox performed a little bit better than Acer, but the main reason why I would pick Xenox is because Xenox is new. He's still got so much potential, like, to improve on. And you saw, like, Xenox could do... Oh. Nice. Xenox could do things players will never be able to learn and do. Like, 1v4ing Lazarus. Like, I don't think Acer... I don't even think Tensa is as clean as Xenox there. Xenox is the most mechanically gifted player I've ever seen. And most of it comes down to his movement. I've never seen another player, including Tensa, including everyone else, I've never seen a player move as cleanly and crisply as Xenox. And that is something I don't think anybody could learn to do. You can practice, you can try and improve. But the level that Xenox does it at is just like... It's insane. Rose hit a crazy head kick. Damn. Oh, wait. Is it Rose versus that Chinese girl? That's the fight that's going on right now, right? Rose versus that one Chinese girl that slugged it out with that other girl for like 5 rounds straight or some shit. Have you seen Jonathan's movement? I can't recall. I've seen clips of Jonathan, but I can't recall how good his movement is. After PEI, PEL Season 2 immediately starts. Yeah, China's just got their tournaments on lock, bro. Like, tournament after tournament after tournaments. Must be nice. Xenox just needs experience and he could easily be the NA GOAT. Yeah, exactly. That's why I would pick Xenox over Acer. Yep, kicked her head off, bro. Did Rose win then? Was it a TKO? Is there only Chinese server in Game for Peace? Yeah, there's only a Chinese server. Thanks for the $2 dono, by the way, Mad Dog. Appreciate it. KO? Damn. Best fragger in America? The one player with the highest fragging power would have to be Xenox. I'm talking like close range. The player with the highest potential fragging power in a close range fight, I would have to say, is Xenox. I heard a lot about Xenox. What team he's on? 19 Esports. He's on a team with Acer, who got MVP for the finals, Carnage, and Sam. How about Federal and Carrillo? Okay. Oh, for America, like Americas? Okay, so we're not talking about North America. We're talking about Americas, like North America, South America, Brazil. Okay, then it had to be Carrillo. Carrillo is the best because he's been proven on the world stage and like global, like, yeah, Carrillo. Carrillo's hands down the best. He's the most proven player to frag out every single time when needed. It would be Carrillo. Carrillo or Federal, but I would have to say Carrillo has been just... He's gotten the spotlight more, so I'd have to say Carrillo. China literally has 4 PELs every season. Dang, dude. They take this game seriously over there. But okay, so we talked about this yesterday. Here's how serious the game is. in China. Okay, so I made a comparison between PUBG Mobile and CS:GO and the Astralis team. All right, so for those of you who don't know, CS:GO, right, is on a global level more popular than PUBG or Game for Peace. Right, Game for Peace is strictly Chinese, and PUBG Mobile is big overseas, but it's not big in North America. CS:GO, I think everybody in the world kind of knows CS:GO just because it's a game that's been around forever. And then Astralis is literally the best team in CS:GO. Astralis is the equivalent of like Nova. Okay, if Nova is like one of the best in PUBG Mobile, Astralis would be Nova, but even better. Okay, now an Astralis player got bought out to join a different team for around, what they're saying is around $1 million, around. And people are like, dang, that is so lot. That's insane. Like 1 million? That's crazy. And then I realized Cheng Si, a player in PEL, who's now on LGD, got bought out for 1.85 million. So USD, 1.85 million USD. So a mobile gamer playing Game for Peace buyout was almost twice as much as one of the top players from the top teams in CS:GO. So if that much money is being put into just getting a player, imagine how seriously everything else is taken in Game for Peace. SQF would have disbanded if they didn't win PEC 2019. That's how serious they take it. Yeah, I remember that. I heard that too. So these kids are really worth that now. I mean, it went through. They paid the money. It was like posted. It was like official. Like 1.85. And CS:GO is taken pretty seriously. How did I get competitive at PUBG? I just played the game when it first came out, and anytime I play games, I always like being the best at it. I always play any game if it has a multiplayer in it, and if there's like some sort of form of like, hey, I'm better than you, I could beat you. I've always loved playing video games like that. So when PUBG Mobile came out, I just did the same thing. I played casually, like in ranked. Always try to grind ranked. And then custom rooms came out. Try to be the best in the custom rooms. Made a team, joined a team, and then I went from there. If Fnatic wasn't there, DKG would have won. Oh yeah, Fnatic like hunted down DKG in PEC 2019. People were pissed, but that got Nova to barely make it into first place. And Nova needed, on that very last game of PEC 2019, Nova needed a chicken dinner and a lot of kills. And they got a chicken dinner and a lot of kills on the very last game. And they got first place by like a couple points. Yeah, exactly. That's why mobile gaming is so popular in Asia. People rather buy a phone than buy a whole entire fucking PC. Whom you talk to any PEL players? I mainly talk to Savano from 4AM and Paraboy. Those two are the ones I mainly talk to.
看起来吧，这个节奏是想一条马路开过去，从西南侧进圈。
DRS made it into. So we got DRS and BTR. They're going to be competing in a couple of days against the Chinese teams in PEI. After this game is over, I'm going to show you guys the PEI lineup. There's going to be 15 teams in PEI. It's going to be Tuesday to Thursday, and it's going to be at 6 a.m. EST. I'll be trying to viewer party it.
看它是一个飞机残骸，对于四周的方向，它都能掌握清楚信息，而且它是一个高点。
More than 15 mil in 2022. Damn, that's money. Also, mobile games make more money than PC games, bro. Mobile games, the microtransactions where you could easily just spend crates and buy stuff from a phone. Dude, these mobile games make so much money. Dang, Chung Si and Ethic hating on DRS. DRS 15 place. DRS got first place over BTR in their region, alright? Maybe they got better. Why no NA teams in PEI? Because I think it's an online tournament. I don't even know. I think it's online. So that's why they only have the Asia teams involved. I don't think it's a LAN. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think it's a LAN. PEC is their LAN, and that one is when they're flying teams out. Like Ghost Gaming is gonna get flown out, and other teams are gonna get flown out. But PEI I think is just online, so they just invited only Asia. Yeah. Someone just said PEI is online. That's why there's no North American teams or anything, because the ping difference would be too much. That's why they only have Asia teams. How many games after this one? This is game number 2, and we got 3 more. We got 1 Sandhawk and then 2 Erangels. Okay, let's say PUBGM's world excluding China. Who has the best fragging power? That's a hard one. Because, oh, damn. Dang.
I want some adventure in the bedroom.
Okay then, lady.
Single, and I'm so
Interesting. Let's skip that. I got beamed out the car. Oh, I love this. So they just lose. SMG just lost a player here, right? Usually when this happens, the team doesn't push afterwards. But here they lost a player, and then they realized, oh, TMG, they're split. This is a split defense. All right, let's go in and take the fight anyways. Oh, nice pre-fire. And they love using smokes. They just throw smokes now. I'm not even sure what these smokes are for. I think these smokes are just thrown down just in case later on the fight another team comes up behind them. I honestly don't know the idea behind the way Chinese teams use smokes. Like, it's the only thing I could think of is like they just all throw down smokes to add more chaos into the fight, because every Chinese teams feel like they could navigate. Everyone else thinks they can navigate the chaos better than the other opposing team, so they just throw down smokes. Dude, let's back that up. So SMG, they lose a player trying to take this compound, and then after they lose that player, they're like, wait, this team is split. Okay, let's push in anyways and take the fight. I never see that I've never seen that out of an NA team. No NA team would be confident enough to do this. After an NA team, in other regions, I would have to say, after they send a player down and that player gets killed, they're like, oh, okay, this place is taken. Let's just stay up here on the high ground and chill. But here, they're like, oh, this place is taken, but we could gather from the amount of shots, the way, like, there's one player all the way at this shack shooting back, we can gather that, okay, it's a solo here. Let's go and take this fight, pick up the kill points. If TSM went in PMPL Arabia, could they get an invite into PC? Yeah, potentially. Is FPP coming back? I don't know. FPP in China is a thing, but everywhere else, I don't think so. I'm gonna go get some water real quick. I'll be right back, guys. I think they throw smokes to increase the chaos and disorientation of the players, especially in FPP. Yeah, that's the only reason why I think Chinese teams in a fight, both teams just throw down a bunch of smokes. Because they feel like, I can navigate the smokes better than this team can. So, like, regardless of the situation, they throw smokes down. And both teams are completely smoked out during a fight. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. How many days is these Chinese? So Chinese players, their training days are roughly 8 to 10 hours every day. And sometimes even after the 10th hour, they're required to stream and play the game more. So the Chinese, like, they play this all day long, every day. I think they get maybe one day off each week. I don't know too well, but I know in their contract they're required to play the game or at least do something related to the game for 8 to 10 hours each day to improve competitively.
向往回爬，近点七七航一定要顶住压力，因为远点小智暂时是赶不过来的。但是七七航好像并没有选择稳妥，而是选择主动出击，先补掉一个人头，把门一关。大拳拳有没有捕捉到这个信息？正面的房间 RNG 其实人数不足的。对的，听脚步应该是能判断出来隔壁就一个了。怎么说？哦，选择稳妥一点，先扶人。99在扶人，大拳在打药，10秒钟的时间留给舒展和七七航。我们看看航少怎么做的。 扶完了舒展之后，自己立马顶到了这个门的正前方。那这样的话，小智也要去扶星辰。那 RNG 终究正面的这个作战的人数还是不多呀。对，而且你看，如果在这里再多打个30秒，佟家宝就来了。而且这个节奏不是 RNG 擅长的呀。RNG 绕来绕去，没有想到在阶段3就碰到买边队了，而且他们是主动出击。是的，隔壁现在目前呢还是稳妥发育啊，当个邻居。大拳。 在扔雷，他是担心对方会主动出击，但看起来他是不知道 RNG 有人在原点的，就有2个人在原点，可能是近点烟雾太多了嘛，信息判断的不太准确。这里刚刚佟家宝也是放倒了腾讯视频1人，并且将其补掉，应该是过来探这个防区有没有人的时候被打掉了。这个时候不能打呀，阶段4马上刷新啊，打架的节奏一定要拿捏好。AG 直接从城内往城外插，马上就要碰到体坛。
Yeah, most people like TPP. That's why they don't do FPP on the global. Competitive players want FPP, but the casual player base likes watching TPP more, I think. I don't know.
哎呦，这同时两边打架，让我看谁呀？令这边一颗雷好像没有收获 ，D9 已经倒地了。 而 Showtime 那边 RNG 的主动进攻已经开始在布置投掷物了。对的，拉到近点，第一个手雷把令炸成1半血。这个节奏不好打，看看微博怎么选。阶段4的安全区已经刷新，不在圈内。圈刷走了，他们还要打吗？我觉得，哎呦，微博没有必要，不好走啊。嗯，北边有 SMG， 在南边还有 NV 腾讯视频就在自己的脸上。那这样的话，微博就要考虑清楚了。
如果他真的要强行打面体育视频的话，肯定会被圈。
而另外一边，帅狗这边出枪带走了机器行。Showtime 和 RNG 的这个房间是安全区的正中央，谁能够拿下这场比赛，排名一定会进入到前5名。
是的，帅狗又放倒了小智，目前还是个人员互换，还又来到了2打2。
哎呦，同时2波作战怎么办？明明人扶起来之后踩着高点 ，SMG 也来到了脚下。
对，你看到明明现在都不知道往左还是往右打。
舒展这边又坏掉了帅狗，99又把舒展打掉，人数的互换 ，Showtime 一瞬之间以3个人数的劣势带走了 RNG，
最后还是99站了起来啊。
那如果说那个防区周边的战队捕获到这个信息的话
Which mode do you prefer more as a comp player / coach FPP or TPP? I'm gonna say TPP only because it's what I've played, and pushing and everything and defending in TPP, I'm more experienced at it, so I'm more comfortable with TPP. If the game's, I would need the game to switch to FPP, and then I'd have to play FPP for a while. Oh dang, let's back this up. I look pretty wild. I'd have to play FPP for a while, and then I can answer honestly if I like TPP or FPP more for comp. Cause I don't know, cause I've never really played FPP competitively.
实在是没有状态了，不然我觉得他这波绝对秀起来了。
但是在安全区的正中央，打成这样的一个团战，
Bald Savant or Bald Paraboy?
接下来也没法防守呀。
是的，洪家宝是满边撞过来，但是打到现在只剩2个了。
我刚刚说抢到这个
Who would look better, bald?
少了一个前提，就是完美拿下。
对，就是满边或者是3个人打下来。
Oh.
那现在这样的一个情况，正中央的防区作战，周边肯定也捕获到了这个消息。
看看99这波操作，右边打完打左边，哇，这拉枪。
Oh, okay, hold on. They just play the replay for the RNG fight. I feel like Savannah would look better bald.
洪家宝是
少了一个前提，就是完美拿下。
对，就是满边或者是3个人打下来。
那现在这样的一个情况，正中央的防区作战，周边肯定也捕获到了这个消息。
看看99这波操作，右边打完打左边，哇，这拉枪。
就像我们
Freaking UMPs
已经
OP.
是找到感觉了。
是的。
再看这边微博，因为
How's prize pool distributed between Oregon players? I'm not sure.
这个反扑停下来。
For NA, it's like 20% of the prize goes to the org, and then the rest is distributed among the players. For North America, that's the standard. How close have you gotten with the SG8 members? I mean, we play together all the time, so close, I guess. We don't really do anything else than play the game and talk about the game, though. Like, we don't hang out and watch movies over online or anything. They use the UMP a lot because the UMP is really strong on this version of the game. The UMP is like the Tommy gun, basically.
程曦本来是端着枪往后跑啊，自己的背身受到了一些伤害之后，立马找了一个坑打一个包。LGD 已经在这个山顶要汇合了，
而且你看近点只有3个人，毛毛还在远点架枪。如果真的要打这波灭亡团的话，毛毛可以过来。
那看看 AG 怎么选择吧。黄色顶到了最前方，后点的选手选择了开车，是要等圈还是要打？安全区刷脸上了 ，AG 这波箭在弦上，不得不发。
这波必须要打，打完了西北侧就是一支队伍出来。
那看看队员们的一个协同作战吧。黄色和舒涵踩到了一个高点，高打低。
但是远点的城镇砖放倒了离一，看 AG 有没有收集到这个信息。
这个信息收集到自己的位置应该会被限制到，因为听派的位置是在他们的南边。
对，
两支战队他们应该都能打到。
要看 AG 有没有投住，如果有手雷的话，再炸倒一个，很可能就会沿着右边的圈边往前顶，然后跟微博打，跟 LGD 打个近点。
SMG 果然啊，因为圈型刷走的原因，要主动清理微博这边的人了。 将军趴在车内，啊，趴在车后。
画师套了一颗手雷，包括抠脚也拉了一颗手雷。那这样双雷齐下的话，我觉得微博有点难。
将军这边反倒是提前扔雷吗？
是的。标准一个美滋滋的架枪。
将军这边好像有一些被束缚了手脚。
Man, these guys are stuck on this side.
没办法帮助哦，有办法。一直
Z9
在打，
对 Z9在原点架住了。
这两个都是 Z9打的吗？
太关键了，这波。这是微博战队那近点两个人最大的威胁。
这个房间架点位太奇妙了吧！就是 SMG 美滋滋原本在圈外的位置是可以看到这个房间，但是看不到这个窗户，刚好可以射到你停的那个角度。
对，那个角度是看不到的，架不住。
ST，
但是这里的 AWM 还在输出。
哎呦，这场比赛东南西北同时打架，太夸张了！场上现在只剩下10。
Who would you say is the best overall comp player from Japan?
而且我觉得在之后，如果烟够多的话，他们其实可以汇合。
I'm not too sure.
他们首先面对的一个问题是，就是怎么样把 SMG。
There's a lot of really good mechanical, like fraggers.
要不然美滋滋就不给分。
Like there's a lot of good players in Japan. I think it comes down more to how good is the team's strategy and synergy, and then a really strong player can really shine. Right now, Rejects is the best in Japan. So, if I had to say, like, one of the fragger from Rejects. You think BTR is better now since they replaced Microboy? Yeah, Microboy was definitely like a weak link on the team, for sure.
AWM 是这么用的吗？
啊，狙中了，打残，怎么说？第二枪有没有？
Yeah, just spray him. Yeah, there you go.
对，但是他没有想着上车嘛，还是把大将军放倒。
我觉得按照耳朵你刚刚说的那个方法，可能真的就是微博满编来到圈内的唯一办法。
对。
远点两个人先盯住山治，然后让近点的两人贴到山坡。但是这样的一个损耗，对于微博来说也不算是一个灭顶之灾，因为毕竟现在还有3人在。
对，但是你想啊，明皇这个位置不在，那估计也是没有办法。
Yeah, this guy's only got 2 arm shots left.
分数是谁拿下的？
Yo, save your bullets. That guy's dead. The sub members of Reject are also top class as well. Like the Reject Academy team. I know the Reject Academy team is like. The Reject Academy team is the best team outside of PMJL. The Reject Academy team, we play against them with SG8. Oh. Oh. Okay.
阿杰真的好坏呀！阿杰看到这个背身很久了，他掏了这颗雷，是准备用雷把对方淘汰掉。
对的。
时间还是够的，一颗烟刚好散去，但是不能在这个位置趴呀。
这样的话，如果 ST 分人过来看 TMG，
微博就有机会了。
对的。
同时 AG 在另外一个方向也会。
Oh, he got thirsted too. Rip. Yeah, the Reject Academy team. The Reject Academy team outside of PMJL is the best team.
ST 你说是？对。刚刚 AG 从北边一路东进。
Is it worth to use ump like Chinese player in competitive global version? Yeah, the ump if you're playing the Chinese version of the game, yeah, the ump is really strong. But if you're playing the global version, the Tommy gun is basically the ump. So just use the Tommy gun. Does targeting happen in match? Yeah, the chances of targeting happening is always there.
闪完也不站，我就闪，我也不打你，就是玩。
You just call TMG the meme gang because of how bad they look compared to other Chinese teams.
哎呦，这颗手雷，
另别着急站，对，就等这个时候，不是说等这个时候。
Who's got the best mechanical region? I don't know. I feel like Japan puts out some really nutty clips of like mechanical skill. Yeah, I know. Lufa was Bluebees, and then Lufa and who else joined Reject Academy? Yeah, Reject Academy is really strong. Do you think the global version UMP will get a buff like Chinese version? I'm not sure. I don't think so.
这样的淘汰啊，是唤起了背后的一片安宁。
而且山治这一把 AWM 其实基本上也没有什么子弹了吧？对于微博的输出应该打了15颗左右。
但是在这种关键局啊，对于微博来说已经是尽力局了。在这个时候，只要能够拿到1分啊，就已经很开心了。
是的，是的。
他们目前是155分，领先的优势非常的大。
这一把再往前面拱一拱，160没问题。
就是在这种刷签的关键机会啊，我们说这种话就会很害怕。就很害怕。说完了这个话之后，一个
Reggie, yeah, Reggie on Reject Academy. Lufa and Divine. Okay. Lufa and Divine. Right, Divine was blue beast
就是
too.
右下角的顶角切，
但是你看，正好把他的围墙切了出去。
但是你要知道，这样的圈啊是刷的很慢的，他可以等到最后的时候再往前走。
哎，那说不定 AG 从北部过来打 ST， 他是不是就有机会打上去了？
我们看看 AG 的选择啊 ，AG
That's a rough circle
现在
shift.
到了童家堡的那个防区。如果说 AG 没有把所有的注意力放在 ST 的话
，AG 还是想先卡宽边，
因为毕竟没有必要让自己。
Fun fact: Microboy's team EVOS relegated to PMC again for next season, but qualified to the SCA finals.
是的。
Oh.
那对于微博来说，现在不着急的，就等嘛。
AG 这边把所有的重心放在了 Team 派这个方向 ，Team 派居然选择了主动进攻。
Yeah, mechanical skills, what Reflex said. Mechanical skills are your aim, your movement, like how fast you are with lean peaks, lean unpeaks, gun switching, how accurate you are when you do a quick lean peek, how, like, yeah, those are all mechanics. It's less about when you decide to lean peek, how you decide to lean peek, how you decide to rotate, how you decide to take your shots. Oh shit, that guy got destroyed. Oh, that guy got.
那对于 ST 来说，是否还可以扶，还可以扶，还可以扶，扶完了以后依然是3个人踩到圈边。
那微博的分数也是来到了159分，
而 AG 呢，9个淘汰的 AG， 满边踩的圈北，和上场比赛几乎是一模一样。
对，一颗一个掩体 ，pick 掉了山治，再跟 Lolita 对枪
，10个淘汰了，满边卡着北边，这一旦把山头，也就是正面防区的童家堡清理掉的话，这场比赛 AG 又拿捏了呀，
就是转起来了。
Chinese teams are really aggressive. They're more aggressive than before. Usually circles like these will have a couple more players alive and maybe like 1 or 2 other teams, I feel like. But yeah, Chinese teams, they are really aggressive. Every Chinese team isn't afraid to take a fight, it seems.
Helps you find whatever you're looking for, like headphones for your favorite song. You can find the best value, read reviews, even see what's available nearby. Your best shopping starts with Google.
Oh, reflex and hipfire counts as mechanical skill, yeah. Yeah, that is part of mechanical skills. Your movement, how good your movement is also mechanical skill.
ST 要往前走的话，你看这反坡非常的大，而且天霸这边还有掩体和投掷物。
那 ST 往这个大反斜。
Like whenever I see Twitter clips of Japanese players with their frag highlights, they're just doing like really fancy, crazy lean peaks. They're like you could just see like mechanically, Japan is really strong. I'll show you guys some Twitter clips from Japan in a little bit. Actually, Zonda, if you could drop some Twitter links or Twitter profiles of some of the Japanese players that have post really cool montages on Twitter. If you could do that, that'd be dope. Because I'm gonna show some of my viewers why I think Japan has probably some of the strongest mechanics. The only thing is, I think their strategy, Japan's overall strategy as a region, isn't as good as other regions. I think that's where Japan is kind of weaker at.
现在场上应该还有4个敌人才对。
其实我觉得他们这边
This is AG's game.
然后一个人看防区。
对于 AG 来说，可以看一下剩下的人数。他们对于防区的人数啊，他们应该判断的不是很准确。
对。
That was a missed third-party opportunity, but they don't know how many players are on this team. And if they commit to this team, that team will come to third party. If AG commits to Tiamba, TJB will come in third party. So it was difficult for them to make a play there.
天霸他有一个很大的反斜可以拉扯。
天霸正是因为在阶段6的时候往北边的一波突进抢到了这个南边的。
And they don't know how many players are up from which side. So they don't know if it's like we can just leave one person here to defend.
不如直接清天霸吧，我们人数优势啊。
但是天霸的位置更好啊，你要想，他有个很多的掩体，而且。
Oh, Zonda, I'm mainly just talking about phone players. Like phone player highlights.
还踩在了一个空投的旁边，在头甲上更是领先于 AG。15击拍。 已经摸到了七七的脸上，
摸过来，但是七七是埋着的。
Do you think thumb fingers are best for CQC? Usually CQC is best when a player plays 3 or 4 finger. Thumb players and CQC tend to struggle a little more. Oh.
天霸踩着南北的斜坡，左边居居拿下，右边七七同时拿下。
现在是个3打3，
但是 AG 这边血量有优势。
顾居居先不着急，让队友下墙，自己先打一个状态。
又是一个右边侧头躲避子弹的操作。等一等，不着急，有投掷物吗？在胜利预测上 ，AG 57%更胜一筹，因为天霸的位置啊太过于自闭了，
被蓝圈逼着往前走。舒涵踩到最中心，黄色拉过来一枪。 哎呀，被敏玉放倒。
Peeks right into the pre-fire.
不着急，两人已经顶到前方了。司马光在后点。
Oh, is Tiamba gonna win this?
1打1。司马光对顾居居，看看是 AG 连击还是天霸在这个危难时刻完成奇迹。哇
！Oh, that was close. They got back-to-back chicken dinners. AG with the comeback.
2020年的 SE 冠军是谁？不用我多说了吧？
对。
Okay, let me show you guys what I mean by mechanics. I know Lufa post clips. I think Divine had some really nice. It's either Divine. Somebody had. Okay, this. Let's see how this is. Is this iPad? This is iPad. I remember somebody posted it really sick. I remember watching this. Yeah, this was good. Oh, that's loud.
Nice.
Like, that was pretty clean. Notice how when he flicked onto the last guy, his crosshair was pretty much on him. He didn't really miss any shots. He didn't have to really adjust.
Nice.
There was one clip I remember watching a while ago that was like really good. It was in that player's like pin tweet too. Forgot which Japanese player it was. I feel like it was one of the reject players. He was on the Reject Academy team. I think it was one of the main lineup Reject players. Who else on the Reject team? RC. Divine, was it Duello? Maybe it was Lapis. Maybe it was Lapis. I don't remember. It was like a Miramar clip where he like 1v3'd from behind a blown up car, and he had some of the most insane lean peaks from behind a blown up car, and he was like stuck back there. I'm pretty sure it was a reject player that had that clip. Oh, hey Jenna, what's up? I'm trying to find a clip. How do you communicate? We use basic English. That was the dude you just watched? Oh, he fights. You know which one I'm talking about, right? Or Fates. That was a dude. Okay, so which dude? This dude? Lapis or Nano? Was it Nano? He must have he put out a different tweet, so it's no longer the pinned tweet. Oh wait, is it this clip? Oh yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah. I thought I must be tripping. I thought I went over Nano's pinned tweet. Oh no, I saw one of Nano's tweet retweeted by another player. Okay. Yeah, this guy. So this is like what I mean by mechanics. Just like imagine if you were trying to do what he did, right, with your button layout and whatnot. So this is yeah, this guy's pretty cracked. Shit, dude. Oh, that guy got S. Oh my god, dude. This guy's cracked. I think, yeah. This guy, from what I've seen on Twitter, this guy is like one of the best mechanically gifted players from Japan. And I think Japan in general has good, like, as a region, has really good mechanics. So this is what mechanics are. And he's got even better ones than this. This clip right here, look at this. Like, he's stuck in the blue. And okay, so his crosshair, his aim down sight gets kind of caught on the vehicle, which isn't good mechanically. But the fact that he was able to recover from that and still continue to shoot and readjust his aim, like if that happened to me and I like fucked up my ADS and it got caught on the car, dude, I would be a absolute potato after that. Because you guys know how when you like potato your movement or potato your aim, there's no recovering from that. You just die. You just get killed, right? But this guy, like the aim got stuck on the vehicle, but he still managed to recover from it. Wasn't this his first month on a phone too? I don't know about that, but if it is, that's cracked. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my god, dude. I would have missed some of those shots for sure. And this is really hard to do because he's changing levels. Like he's going from second floor to first floor. So he's got to readjust his crosshair as he's running down, looking downwards, and then readjust it to look up. And then like he flicked at one point to thirst the guy in the corner, and then another guy came out from his hard left side. And he had to flick to his left, but then he had to aim and shoot at the very right-hand side of the door when the guy strafed back through the door. So, like, mechanically, he's hitting all of his shots, which is really hard to do. Like, in this type of sequence right here. Because you're flicking and moving your thumb a lot, or your gyro a lot, to do those quick 90-degree turns to change your crosshair placement. See, that's one, and then he flicks to this one here. Guy comes out, and then he flicks to the, like, that's just. So all this is just mechanics. How good your aim is, how good your peaks are. Oh, he didn't win that one though. Yeah, Fates has really good mechanics too. First 2 months just translated the tweet. Oh, yeah, this is 2 months. So, yeah, this is 2 months into a phone gameplay. Fates could play on the phone too really well. Fates is really good mechanically too. Yeah, Fates is a really good mechanical player also. I know you're not looking for iPad players, but there's this 15-year-old amateur player, former pro at the age of 13, called Purio, and he has insane skills. Is that his Twitter, Purio? I'm down to watch a clip of his. This is him. Yeah, the only reason Fates will or yeah, Fates would play comp is because if he wants to play comp. Fates is doing too good on YouTube to waste time doing comp. Also, the comp scene out from Australia is just not that good, right? Like, you guys don't get your own servers. If you were to play comp, you'd have really bad ping. It's just, and being a good player versus being on a good team to be a good player and competitive is two completely different things, right? If Fates wanted to and put in a lot of time and effort, he can for sure be on a top team and play really well and competitive. But that's more like teamwork and strategy and rotations and synergy. That's not so much him as an individual player. So it's going to take a lot of time and effort, which just isn't really worth it for him. Unless if that's what he wants to do. If he wants to be like, I want to play PMGC, I want to play PMPL and frag out. That would be his only real motivation. Tony K? Yeah, I know Tony K is insane. Okay, let's go back to let's go back to the PEL viewer party. Sorry, today was watching Specs tournament. Oh, how'd they do? Anyways, today I'm here for the stream. I'm here for you. Appreciate it, Duckies.
2场比赛从15名来到了第8名，但是与第1名的分差并不容他们高兴的太早。第1名
70多分，
是的，159分。那我们来看一下微博在之前的4场比赛当中
Oh, it's on his YouTube, Zonda? Okay.
7.5分的。那现在2场比赛才拿到22分。但是还记得我们那个话吗？他那一边。
这把头打，右边拉过来了，右边，找一个超残，两个都超残，直接残，最后一个残血，自信他，你满血，趴着的，自信他，过去踩他，他在独立，右边。
Oh, what is his plane path? That's a pretty rough one. 4AM Nova no longer the best in China? Not this season, no.
有一支战队啊，不得不说，也就是来自拉卡维的 TC， 其实在这一局回家的路上，应该是充满了心酸和一些惊险的事情。
但是开局看一下微博的开伞啊，他开得非常的快，有没有可能还是会去往2号营地这一附近？
我觉得啊，还真有可能啊，因为毕竟其实对于西边的航线来说，如果出现东边的圈型，那东边的这个圈边必然是一个大弱侧，而对于现在手握这么多PEI 来说，我觉得前期
Okay. Okay, so PEI is happening. So PEI is happening Tuesday to Thursday. So in 3 days, Tuesday to Thursday, and I'm gonna be trying to viewer party it live. It's gonna be at 6 a.m. EST, and I'll be streaming it. I'm not 100% confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to stream this. So these are the teams that is competing. It's an online, but it's going to be played on the Peacekeeper version. So from China, you got TWG, RNG, and the wildcard Chinese team, Huya FA. From Nepal, you got DRS. They got first place. One of these posts actually had who placed where. Yeah, this post. Okay. So from the PUBG Mobile Pro League South Asia Season 3 Finals, you have DRS, who are the winners from Nepal, and Zeus, the runner-ups from Mongolia. So the top two get invited. And then from Thailand, you have Valdez the Murder. And then Power Triple Eight. From Indonesia, you have Geek Fam ID, and then of course BTR, who are the second place. And then from the PUBG Mobile Pro League Malaysia / Singapore, you have Dingoes and PX, and Team Secret, who is the runner-up. And then from Vietnam, you got HVNB and Eagle Esport. And then from Japan, you have Team Reject, who is currently number 1 in PMJL. And from Korea, you have Warrior Esports. And then the wildcard winner team was Huya FA. So that's happening Tuesday to Thursday. And it's going to be very soon. 6 a.m. EST.
B 站帮自己的人员在前期不要过渡到就是说你一上来一圈我就掉一个人
Crazy parachute? Yeah, fish parachute.
最好前期来说如果出现东边的这个圈边必然是一个大弱色。而对于现在手握这么多分数的微博战队来说，我觉得前期 B 站帮自己的人
Wait, Huya FA is a streamer team?
不要过渡到就是说你一上来一圈我就掉一个人。
They're not pro players?
战术上面最
Oh, jeez.
不要有风险吧，对于他们来说。
That's crazy.
在我们之前周决赛说到
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do a viewer party for PEI. I'll post on my socials if I can, if I get confirmation.
这一局嚼到了大吉大利，炫迈口
Yeah.
的应该就是 AG 了。
是，其实我们一直都知道 ，AG 在雨林地图的时候，其实每局啊，在前面2局没有打好的时候，雨林地图都是他们逆转整个战队气氛的一个王牌图。而今天呢，前面2局
Zeus Esports from Mongolia.
在第3局不知道 AG 会不会做出一些大胆的改变。
更何况我们雨林地图前面也说过了嘛，然后先来看一下这里 ，TC 和微博落点极为相近。
是的，因为刚才都说过了 ，TC
They're streamers, but they somehow stopped all the tier 2 teams. It was only 5 games though, right? 5-game finals, and they barely won. Oh, that M16. Oh, if he got that turn.
小小的马了，但是这个位置还好。
不过正面战场上 ，TC 的逍遥厨神这边是没有能够赶到的，自己踩在了2号营地的内部。
是的 ，TC 这边七泽作为一个新选手，刚刚上阵就是决赛，在这边先手放倒了明斯哥，而且反手又给北斋的头部来了重重的一棒。
Yeah, we're gonna see 2 different teams from China. It's not 4 a.m. in Nova for PEI. What are my favorite mechanical and technical players? Mechanically, I mean, I really only watch North America a lot, right? Oh. So out of North America, Spec is really mechanically crazy. Spec from Ghost Gaming. And then technically mechanical player is also long range, like how good your long range is. It'd have to be Paraboy. Paraboy's long range is the best in the world.
哎，这个时候天霸直接踩到了2支战队的头顶，但是天霸也不知道在这个悬崖的另外一边还有 Z9。
是，但是这个时候就是打架的时间有点过长。
Oh, dude, that WG. Oh.
是的，但是明斯哥这里又是被2队前后夹击啊，来自
The third party. Dude, what is going on here?
轩这里说，兄弟，秀秀秀，我补了啊。
We got 3 teams here. Chinese teams love fighting, bro.
毕竟对微博来说，还是不能损失太多的前期分。
是的，领域这里其实也是在这个。
Who's the best sniper?
霸战队其实在这个山头拿到了不少的好处啊。其实最重要的
I'd have to say Sixless, but that's mainly because I watch and pay attention to North America more. Sakumice's power bang. Oh, AK6X. Does he have a compensator on that? Damn, that's some good recoil control. Wait, this is a different team! Now you got 4 teams here fighting.
尤其是决赛，我看完之后我就知道了 ，PL 的这个
Jesus
就是玩儿。
我以为选手本质是套娃。
就是玩儿。
One of the BTR players is really good at sniping too. I think it was who's the sniper on BTR?
刚才还是在原点一个6缩3的 AK。哎呦，派这里又迎来了自己的新对手。
I don't know about that Blue Moon. I don't know about zone damage.
不然待会儿前面打起来可能就要被夹心饼干。
这个大厂也有话要说啊，我何德何能，这么偏僻的一个地方引来这么多支战队的交战。
大厂说这是我最火热的时候。
Yeah, they added Sandhawk to competitive in China very recently, but they only play it one time a day. They play 2 Erangel, 2 Miramar, 1 Sandhawk. And now PEI is getting third party from TJB. Oh, what a beautiful shot. That's with no aim assist. Liquid, oh, Liquid. Luxy and Liquid.
都很重要，尤其是对于童家宝来说也很重要啊。
但是自己是有队友的，两边一个夹角枪线，维森先放倒一个，提前枪开起来。
在这样的一个位置没有。
Okay, the trade comes
头
in.
顶的格子及时赶到支援啊。
哇，两个人几乎是同一时
That was scary.
是，哎呀，但是在这样的一个位置。我不得不说啊
This guy needs to go aggro. It's a 1v1. If he wins this 1v1, he gets a reset on his team. I don't know what he's doing behind that tree, dude.
有一种在争夺第15名的感觉。
但是呢，你看
I don't care if you die, because if you get that kill, you get 4 kill points and you reset your team.
还是童家宝也好，到了目前这个
I don't know why he was waiting so long. Now it's a 1v2.
都已经不复存在了。
是，这时候真的就是正面打架的能力了。
Yeah, I don't know why this TJB player was holding an angle at a tree there.
大家没有人会随便撤离。
龙仔也是在一个山上。
This guy,
因为自己的脚下。
of course, I don't know how far away he was or whatever, but that was not the play.
TC 那边还没有走，一直是等着收这里的残边。派这里几乎是3个有生力量已经拉起来了，龙仔。
龙仔这个位置非常的危险，因为脚下的掩体已经持续了40多秒，但是龙仔没有做出很大的举措，在这个位置凯王刚拉上来就被龙仔带走，但是这里 TC 从侧面。
Oh my gosh! And now TC's back to the third party. The third party that was. This is. We have 4 teams. No, we had 5 teams. Do you know where these 5 teams are fighting? These 5 teams are fighting way over there. Like way okay, like if you don't know where they're fighting, let me show you on the map. Okay. So the circle is like this. Circle is more like this. Pretty accurate. They are fighting. 5 teams are fighting over here. Because you have 4 teams in the blue. One of them got wiped. TJB. No, WBG was there too. What, that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, STE isn't there. So you had 5 teams fighting. You have 5 teams fighting here. When the first circle's over here. Everybody likes fighting, bro. Also, it's 2 points per kill in the first 2 circles. So that's big incentive as to why you want third party.
是的，那这样的话，其实还是属于一个应该不能说是3岛阴阳了，应该是一个2岛阴阳，一个是遗迹岛这边占一个主要成分的面积，另外一边就是训练基地这边东部，占了一小部分面积。但是大家应该都没有想到，在圈的最东边蓝圈外，还有这么一帮活泼可爱的孩子在这里打架。
在这个圈内，其实待会儿的战场也有可能一触即发。我们刚刚都看到了，有好几个队伍已经拧成了一股乱麻。
其实大家主要还是判断，在西部航线的时候，东部的原住民要打架，那东边首先是弱侧，我过来劝风险是不大的，而且我是第2时间加入战场的。但是 这一局我觉得很多来劝架的战队没有考虑到一个很关键的因素，就是你是这么想的，别人也是这么想的。
是，而且这个航线给到了北部很多个队伍，会优先的落到自己的地盘上。
是的，而且其实大家都是判断东边是弱侧，那可能潜在的队伍就是 TC 跟微博，但是没有想到有这么多人来劝架。第二就是这个前期的双倍分啊，真的是太香了。
是。尤其是现在又是追分的时候，当然，其实对于这个圈内来说，像是 AG， 本来我们以为他是稳坐一记岛钓鱼台，但是他也很主动，拉出来直接选择清 TMG， 待会儿可能还要与老干爹交手。
是的，其实在，像1圈和2圈刚刚刷新出来啊，圈里没有爆发很多的战斗，反而是在圈的东边。
Zute, do you use Chinese strategy for Japan team?
先后这个
I base a lot of my strategy off of 4am. Because we rotate in from the edge and we take fights and know how to take fights on the edge. So yeah, it has to do a lot with where you drop on a map. Your strategy and your playstyle as a team depends heavily on which area you decide to drop on a map. Like Ghost Gaming, they are more like Nova, but they also drop like super. They drop super center and they prioritize more center rotations. Oh shit, Spec! Thanks for the raid. Spec said to say you're cute. Yo, how'd your tournament go, Spec? I heard you guys were playing in the Latin tournament. Thanks for the fat ass raid, Spec. I appreciate it.
其实尤其是对于派来说，这边打架，而且他有顺位来劝的情况下，他肯定是要来劝的，因为现在在他头顶的是微博。
We easy wins, not hard at all. Trust me, man. We did not die early a single game. Nice. Good shit, bro.
觉得是不是那么容易的，因为虽然说现在整体的积分大家看上去都是连的比较近，可能差个10几分，但是现在我们这个吃积分和排名分啊，和后面的排名分都是跟之前的
Big Cap
有关的，所以说你想要一局追个30多分，那还真的得是枪枪暴击。
是，不过我们的比赛其实也不剩最后。
HH playing classics in there. When is HH not playing a classic during a tournament?
其实就是调整选手心态和这个打架节奏的一张图。
啊，打开自己的手感。
对。
尤其是有些队伍，比如说打运营流的海岛和沙漠一直在开车，哎，当心小智这个身后听到了有枪线的声音。
舒展在自己的头顶架枪，那这样的话，目前我们的视角，哎呦，这边
4am didn't qualify because they just didn't do well. They just did really bad.
刷到了一个阶段3，那这样一来
，simple as that.
的决策和思路真的是非常大胆，因为其实舒展跟小智是在东边的岛。防止一个极限东切。
Yes, SGA is participating in PMOT. From your eyes, what are the characteristics of each SG8 player? Well, I mean, I'm going to answer that from a coach's perspective because I think that's kind of what you're asking. I think the weakest thing on the team is confidence and experience. They make up for their lack of confidence by being too reckless sometimes and just dying for no reason. And then they sometimes don't know when to be confident and play aggressive due to lack of experience. That's the team's like biggest struggle. And then sometimes their awareness when it comes to defending, how to hold and defend positions, is a bit off. But I mean, it's a super new team, and no one on the team is like super experienced, though. That's to be expected. What are my teammates' name? Makin, Mugi, Shimon, and Hyun. Chinese added Sandhawk to competitive. They play it 1 map a day though, so they play 2 Erangels, 2 Miramars, and 1 Sandhawk, which I think is good. Dude, Sandhawk FPP though, like that's a whole. Sandhawk FPP is a whole different map compared to Sandhawk TPP. I think Sandhawk FPP is pretty nutty. What do you guys think? I think comp players would like Sandhawk FPP. I don't know, chat. What are your guys' thoughts? Because I know comp players complain about Sandhawk, but Sandhawk FPP sounds kind of lit, to be honest. Oh, you hit him with that draw. Oh, dude, this guy didn't take a single lick of damage. Oh, this guy's popping off. This guy was hiding on the roof the whole time. That guy got destroyed. This guy's about 1v3. Pick feet doesn't win these. Oh, dude, this guy took 1 bullet of damage. Wait, he didn't 1v4 because Flower C got knocked by his teammate, right? Yeah, Flower C's already knocked. It was a 1v3. The fight started as a 2v4, and then it was a 1v3.
SMG 的判断来说，天霸是人少，那我要第一时间用最快的速度解决这一架是没问题的。但是第二个问题就来了。
Specs says Sandhawk is fun. I personally, when I played competitive, like in a competitive team on NA, and I was playing, every time I say that, I feel like I sound like I'm retired, but I'm not retired. I'm still doing comp. But I like Sandhawk. I like Sandhawk. Sandhawk to me is just one of those maps where it's like you just make the best with what you get. And it's simple as that. You don't have to overthink it. Rotations are not a lot of options for rotations. You just got to take the fights. So I like Sandhawk. But Sandhawk FPP? Zute, what's his name? That player that we just watched from Tianba. I am not sure. Somebody in the chat knows, though. If anyone knows who we were just watching on Tianba, yeah, where can we watch these matches? Here, I'll give you the link. This guy's YouTube channel, he posts all the PEL, PEC, all this stuff.
海的旁边还有一个反斜，但是之木这里拉到了一个非常关键的位置啊，桥头。这个位置其实想摸一下派南那一边去上岸，但再往前摸的话。Yeah,
WBG has a fat lead. WBG got a lot of zone blesses throughout this tournament, from what I've seen.
在桥头待了这么久，我觉得是可以早早的延伸开的。
差一枪，这个位置锁住了。
顾菊菊在这个位置又再一次放到了请九的 YZZ， 顾菊菊已经拿到了5个。
This guy's popping off. Oh. He died. Oh, this guy. This guy's a OG player. This guy right here? He's an OG player. I forgot his name, though. What's up, my fellow Houstonian? What's up, Augustin? How's it going, man? His name is Gujuju. Okay. His name is Tianba Gujuju. Guijuju. I'm trying to read that with a Chinese. Gujuju. Tianba Gujuju. Oh.
这时候我必须要这个再说一下了，这个圈型刷完之后，我觉得我这会儿说也不算奶了。哎，先看一下正面的这一波。
转这里听到了苏南的脚步，直接选择来到右边窗口，全是提前枪，一个秒开镜，苏南这里瞬间倒地。
That's how you pre-fire. You spray the whole damn clip. You make the enemy think you're spraying half the clip and then stopping, but you spray the whole damn clip, and then they run into your bullets.
这个时候我报淘汰数量，其实是想让大家知道一下，在这个阶段，派拿到了这么多淘汰，其实手感上来说是很好的。
而且有很多是前7分，山治的这个位置先打一下自己的状态。
Oh!
但是这里的雷竟然是格子的雷。
Oh no!
最终跟山治
Team
1打
nade.
1，在这个位置，山治被打残，
Oh.
格子也被打残，
Oh.
两个人难舍难分。
Oh! No, the volley! Oh, he went for it!
山治拿到了3个淘汰，而格子也拿到了2个淘汰。
Yo!
是的，今天。
That was the play. If he didn't push, the other players get revived. Probably. I don't know, man. That was. This guy went for it, bro. He went for that shit. That was a really good molly, though. That was a good fucking molly. But shit. Yeah, they were all getting third party. So, I mean, he just decided, I'm getting this kill point and whatever knock he did before. What's the name of the team I coach? SG8. Susano Gaming 8. Questionable.
因为毕竟体坛现在也是在一个圈边，他还是要收集圈里的信息。但是近点的老干爹猫猫，这里连续的一波压枪是放到了收摊。
Everyone rocking the UMP.
他们这边人员比较集中，枪线也相对来说比较丰富。LGD 只剩下一个残血的 Suki。Suki
在这个位置要打药，但是大圈圈出现在了你的身边啊！
这一波正面3个人全被 Showtime 全员。
Oh, LGD was so split up. That was a really good aggressive push out of ST. Yeah, we play with the Reject Academy team. Like, we play against them from time to time in scrims. Yeah, we're tier 1 in Japan. Tier 0 is all the PMJL teams, and then tier 1's all the teams that are the best that's not in PMJL. So we're tier 1. Yeah, Lufa would be considered tier 1. His team, though, is good and is definitely good enough to be a PMJL team, but they're just... I think Lufa is too young. That's why they're like the academy team. So that's why they're tier 1 also, along with us. Blue Bees is tier 0. They have a tier 0 in Japan. Tier 0 is all the PMJL teams currently. Tier 0 and tier 1 doesn't necessarily mean their skill level, because like the worst tier 0 teams are probably worse than some of the best tier 1 teams. Right? But as far as tier 0 and tier 1 goes, tier 0 is just all the PMJL teams. There's no way you could get into tier 0 no matter how good a team you are until you qualify into the PMJL. Thanks for talking about the PUBG in Japan community today. I hope more people gain interest in Japanese teams. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Zonda. I appreciate you being here and also coming from the Japanese scene. Thank you. Y'all just trying to play Sandhawk now? Because it's fun.
而星辰那个位置其实就是协助在断后的小智。这里大拳拳又再一次出枪，成功放倒了舒展。这一个回头拉枪是没有拉到齐齐航的位置，但是好在秒趴了一下。
这里有个小反斜，可以先挡一手这一波对枪。帅狗一个 pick， 自己也是个残血。
那这样一个位置，其实自己的球就倒了，而帅狗和自己的血量都不是非常健康。RNG 很有可能直接一波压上山头，星辰直接压到了山头。大拳拳这里选择往低点作为一个互换，让我们最终恭喜 RNG 拿下本场比赛的胜利。
RNG's catching up。
说实话啊，在前期还比较舒服，而且前期也没有掉过人。
来看一下现在的积分排名情况，第6位到第15位分别是天霸、秦。
Japan is really good at mechanics. Japan's mechanics are up there for sure. UMP from mid-range seems bad. I mean, each bullet did 25 damage. You saw when he mid-ranged that, he dropped that guy real quick, just 2 shots. Like that? 25 damage per shot? That's pretty good. Is the main reason for the usage of mini smokes during fights to prevent third party? I think that's another reason why both teams drop so many smokes during a fight. Because from what I've seen, third parties happen 9 out of 10 times. So you may as well fight in the smoke so you don't get shot easily from another angle. Another big reason is because I think all the teams are just more confident that they will play better in the smokes. Like they play better. They'll play better than the enemy team with the smokes and the disorientation from smokes. And a third big reason is because it's FPP. In TPP, if you're behind cover and you drop a smoke on yourself, you lose all your advantage of being in TPP behind cover. You can't see anything. Whereas if there's no smoke, you can see where the enemies are moving. But because it's FPP, there is no TPP advantage for being behind cover or being higher on the high ground. So none of that matters, which is why dropping smokes on yourself doesn't ever really give you a big disadvantage. As compared to sometimes in TPP, you don't want to have a smoke on yourself.
Showtime 其实在派和微博还有 TC 还有佟家宝还有天霸的那一波争夺过程当中啊，其实微博其实还是前期拿了4分落地分，2个人头分，但是呢，我觉得
What's up, Ghost Gaming? Ghost Gaming Giga. Omen Zute. That's throwback. Oh, let's hear the comms when this guy jumped into the flames and got the squad wipe. Oh my god. Oh my god. The comms are so quiet. Oh, this was a good fight for ST.
右边看一下能不能打到他。我去压了，我倒一个，2位经典坡倒了。 死了，但是直死，那边清，得从你们那边清，能清吗？我们这边吗？我们这边过不去。但是 NV 直损，但是打残了，石头的，打残了是吧？左边要不一起？左边，好的。哦。倒一个，我俩死了，打残了，
又是看到了行爷的这个经典画面啊。
Oporino 唯快不破，本场比赛的 MVP 是天霸顾居居。
Can I speak fluent Chinese? My Chinese, like, good enough for a casual conversation. Like, I'm not able to translate everything they're saying on the broadcast here.
哎呦，这里淘汰榜，顾居居是直接以24个淘汰来到了榜首，而他的好朋友 Showtime 大全也是拿到了23个淘汰，位居于第2。
Dude, you got one player from 5 different teams in the top frags right now. Is that Eagle? No, yeah, Eagle's not first anymore. What's that guy's name? That Tianba player? Gujuju? Gujuju is top frag now. Do I know some Japanese too? Not much. The plan was for me to move to Japan, but COVID got really bad again, so I couldn't move. I was planning on learning Japanese in person in Japan. It'd be much easier. But that never happened. And I just never really planned on learning Japanese like online. I just wanted to like be in person and talk daily, you know, in Japanese. So I don't know much Japanese. I know like I know very basic shit, like very, very basic. You party with Starlight or Chiffon or Memory? If they want to hop on a Discord call and they're here, I wouldn't be against it. The Quan will pass him so fast. Yeah, my team is all in a gaming house together. SG8. 再包括 R 城研究所，还有 Y 城，这些战队都是拿不到直接飞的，就只能拿车回家。Where can you find these Japanese teams? If you want to watch like the best Japanese teams, just look up PMJL on YouTube. They stream on there. They're currently playing their league. Am I leaving the USA? That's the plan still, but we'll see. We'll see. SSG, yeah, SSG was the only mobile team for PUBG Mobile that had a house. Uneven's moving to Japan, yes. Uneven's moving to Japan, like 100% confirmed. He's on a PMJL team, and yeah. What about TSM Entity, if they get a chance in PEC? I heard I saw somebody in chat say TSM is playing in the PUBG Mobile Pro League for Saudi Arabia or something? I don't know. I don't know too much about it. Can you watch this in Spanish? No. There's only a Chinese broadcast for PEL and PEI. I think PEI has other Asian languages, but there's no English, and I don't think there's any Spanish. SG8 is playing PMOT, yes. We have to play PMOT to try and qualify into PMJL. Not Saudi Arabia, but Arabia as a whole. Oh. Yes, all these games are in FPP, Gizmo Shock. Is this Gizmo on YouTube right now? It probably is, because you're also a mod. Is this like Gizmo Designs? Arabic PMPO, okay. Am I streaming PEI? I think I am. 6 a.m. EST. I'll be viewer partying PEI. The thing I had to check is that's around the same time I'm usually doing coaching. But I'm asking for a few of those days off because I also have to study for a big exam coming up. Yeah, I think SG8 is going to give me a couple of those days off so I can view a party and study for my exam. I have a finance exam coming up. I hate it. How you been? Or what you up to, Gizmo? Okay, it's not confirmed if TSM is playing in the Arabic region or not, though. Okay. You're just gonna watch the VOD? Bet. I mean, that's what YouTube is for. Is Japanese PUBG different from global version? No, it's the same. It's basically the same thing. Like PUBG Mobile KR/JP version is basically the same exact thing. I think their spectator slots, they have more spectator slots. They have 30-day room cards and 7-day room cards, whereas the global version doesn't have that. Working with Erwin right now, making a wolf logo. Nice. Chinese PUBG has 129 spectator slots. And I think there's some few better outfits and skins on the KRJP version. Right, Solitude? Is that what you're talking about? I know the Chinese version has better everything. Just like better everything. Everything about the Chinese version is better. Not just cosmetically, but mechanically the game is so much smoother. You don't get those weird glitches like reload glitch, grenade glitch, where sometimes your button doesn't respond. Global is the worst version, yeah. Oh, same skins. So the KRJP version has same skins, but it's cheaper to get the skins. Less UC. Okay. Do you wish in any tournaments or all FPP, or do you enjoy the TPP? So I've gotten really used to TPP. Like how to push in TPP, the strategies used in TPP, how to defend in TPP. So I like TPP more, just because I still think it's very competitive. I was never one of those players where it's like, oh, TPP, all people do is camp. I mean, it's harder to push a team. That's why you complain about teams camping. But if you're a team with really good synergy and really good strategy, you can push a team that's camping and you can win those fights. So I was never one of those players that were like, yeah, TPP is too easy. People just sit behind a wall and TPP peak. Like, that's just because you don't know how to push as a team. For all the people that complain about TPP in that way, that's my argument. So TPP for me is perfectly fine. It's just harder to push, which is more of a challenge, which I'm cool with. So I don't mind it staying TPP. But if it did switch to FPP, FPP has its own strategies and things you have to be better at as compared to TPP. So if it switched to FPP, I'd be fine with that too. I'm not gonna make excuses and be like, oh, FPP is, I don't know, all people do is lean peek an angle and just sit there and hold it. FPP has, I don't know, people camp by holding angles, and I don't know, whatever excuses people might have for FPP, I'm not gonna make them. The excuses people have for TPP, I don't make them. Which one do you think is more competitive though? TPP. I think TPP is more difficult to be aggressive in. And in this game, we've seen typically the best teams are the teams that are able to fight and push a team using TPP advantage and still win. So I think competitive-wise, TPP is more difficult. And in my opinion, the more difficult something is, the more competitive it is. But that's my opinion on what makes something competitive. For example, I like hard shifts, right? I think hard shifts add a huge depth of strategy to the game. So I like it, and I think it's more competitive. Same with TPP. I think TPP has defenders with a bigger advantage than the aggressors, and so the aggressive team just has to be better. So I say TPP. Not sure about TPP being harder though. I mean, pushing a team in TPP is way harder than pushing a team in FPP. I would say so anyways. But to be honest with y'all though, I can't really say. I'd have to play a year and a half or 2 years of FPP comp, and then compare it to my 2 years, 3 years of experience in TPP comp, and then I could really tell you guys which one is more difficult. But the only real people that could say which is more difficult would be the Chinese players, because they played TPP comp at a high level, and now they're playing FPP comp at a high level. Only Chinese players can really tell you guys. Oh! Uh-oh. And FPP, everyone's on equal grounds? Okay. That means FPP is easier then, if everyone's on equal grounds. Meaning in TPP, one team has a bigger advantage, which means TPP is more difficult, right? I can easily spin what you just said, Briz, into an argument where TPP is more difficult. Both versions has its difficulties and whatnot, right? FPP has its own challenges, TPP has its own challenges. FPP requires more like reflex potentially, because in TPP you can see enemies and then pre-line up your shot and then shoot them, but you can't do that in FPP. So FPP requires better reflexes, better sound cue, hearing. Yeah, FPP is harder for defending players, easier for offensive teams then, right? But TPP is harder for offensive teams and easier for defensive teams. They both have its up and downs. And if people are saying FPP is fair competition, like it's even playing grounds, yeah, I would say so. But that's why I like TPP more, because we see top teams are the teams that are aggressive and the teams pushing and winning fights in TPP. And we all kind of have said TPP is harder for aggressive teams, no? And the top teams aren't defensive teams because it's TPP. The top teams are still the teams that can play aggro. But that's also just an opinion. Either way, I don't care if it goes TPP or FPP. But if you had to ask me to pick one, I would just say TPP, because I think TPP is still competitive. And it's what I'm used to. And I like the strategies that are built around TPP, because that's what I've practiced in and that's what I've come to learn and improve on. But if the game suddenly switched to FPP, like I said, it comes with its own sets of challenges. I'm not going to be against it. Yes, this is game for peace. Oh, what? Oh, bro, that guy almost made it in. Who do you think will get third in PEI? Zeus, BTR, or Huya FA? I want to say Zeus, man. I like Zeus, because Zeus is a pure aggression-based team. I'm predicting top 2 is going to be top 2 is going to be the Chinese teams. And third place is going to be a non-Chinese team. And if I had to pick one, I would pick Zeus.
那这样以老干爹所在的这个炮楼和恩威腾讯视频战队所在的这个农场为圈中心覆盖范围比较大的2个点位来说，桥头的队伍在这个时间，我觉得要做一个快速的决定。
Huya FA's definition of wildcard, yeah. So Huya FA was a wildcard team that made it in from the Chinese. So the third Chinese team is a wildcard team. They played at 5 tournament finals to see who makes it in. And the team that made it in, called Huya FA, they're a streamer team. They're streamers. They don't play competitively. Will Global be TPP or FPP? Globals has always been TPP. Anytime China has a competition like PEC and PEI is going to be TPP. I'm pretty sure PEI is going to be TPP. PMGC has always been TPP. The only time it's FPP is PEL, which is all Chinese teams playing.
ST 的释怀和山治就已经顶到了这个一线天所在的高点厕所。
是，而且身后的2个队友也是驱车赶到。这个枪线已经基本上可以拉开了。
是的。
Oh, PEI is FPP? Oh, I didn't know that. My bad. I'm just saying random shit out my ass apparently. PEI is FPP. That's. I assumed it'd be TPP because they're inviting teams from other regions.
还好小智在这个位置及时的回头看了一眼屁股后面的位置。
从右上角的小地图来看，七七航这里也是放掉了他东部的点位，赶来支援正面的战场。
是的，在这个时间点，小智跟
I never said TPP is better for comp. I said TPP is more difficult. And I personally don't mind more difficult things when it comes to competitive, which is why I also like hardships. Hardships is RNG, which technically means there's nothing you could do about it. But I think the fact that it is RNG, you're forced to learn how to play around the RNG, which makes it more difficult. So I like hardships. Same reason as to why I like TPP, because it's more difficult. It's easier if you're defending and you get zone TPP, yes. But I've always, when I've played this game, oh, rip that guy. If you watch my competitive history, I've always played a team and a team style that relies on edging and fighting their way into circle. I'd be more biased if I was like Ghost Gaming with team that plays more center and gets circle more often. Because if I was a more central team and I get circle more often and I say I like TPP, there's a little bit of bias there because I'm usually the defending team. But in my competitive history, I've always rotated from areas on the map that were more on the edge, meaning I usually had to rotate into the circle shifts, which means we had to be the aggressive team in a TPP meta, which is more difficult. And even then, I'm still saying I prefer TPP because I think it's more difficult.
不知道下一个圈型会不会还在自己的附近，所以选择提前把自己面前的这个大关，也就是连拿2局击的 AG， 想要先行做一个争夺。
For everyone saying TPP can't be harder, I'm saying literally, a team is defending a building TPP. You have to push them. Would you rather the team be able to stay behind walls and see where you're all moving and deciding when to shoot? Or would you rather the team have to peek you to defend against you? So, for the people saying TPP can't be harder, I don't know. You're on something else. TPP is easier for defending teams. Yes, I already said that. But if you're the defending team, you're relying on circle RNG and getting circle blessed.
取一个栖身之地。
但是在野外山头的这个位置呢 ，ST 跟 RNG 爱恨情仇继续上演。
是，这个位置看一下小智这个前点，算是顶住了，先放倒了苏南。
RNG 这里
是来自花痴这边的强奸帮助。
是的，小智也没有想到，我打残的人让你给打倒了。但是兄弟还是那句话啊，你秀归你秀，分必须我来拿。
啊，分来还是归我收。看一下 ST 这边，先是把山治安排进了圈内，但这是个低点啊，是选择。
Your gun power should be high if you play edge, right? Yeah, your gunning skill and your team synergy. It more comes down to team synergy if you're an edge team. Like how to take fights 4v4 coming in from the edge. It's more about team synergy than just raw gun power. Raw gun power is more like teams that play center and crash other teams, and it's just like a crazy chaotic fight.
对，那不光是 ST， 刚才我说的 RNG 也是在山上啊，对 ST 进行了一波猛攻，而天霸这里刚刚跟 AG 争夺成功那个进圈路线口之外，现在这里又拉到了圈的东边。
他们刚刚那个
FPP players can play TPP just as good.
北部这里找一个小小的斜坡面来待。
对。而 SMG 这里，花痴跟美滋滋两个人现在
I don't know about that one. The people that I see complain about TPP are always the players that are on teams that don't know how to push a team, and they die pushing teams in TPP, and they just blame TPP. So I don't know about the whole FPP players can play TPP just as good.
又再一次对 ST 的释怀发起了攻势，而主展这里左右腾挪，以一个车为掩体，在这个反坡跟天霸两个人想要开战。
SMG 这边车来了，直接选择全员去撞 STE， 而且这是一个非常舒服的地方。
是的，洛丽塔跟释怀直接是被先后放倒。那这样的话 ，Paraboy 直接在农场这个位置一把大盘击，
Hey SOS Cruz,
带走了
how you been?
打倒了 SMG 两名成员。
是啊，直接是一波1穿2。但是这一个圈形下，我看到微博又是一波冲锋。
微博老干爹激情3打3，醉酒这个位置被打了一个侧身。
What?
那这样的话，老干爹也是成功在这个炮楼防守了一波。
哇，陈 C 刚秀完之后也是吃到了远方易旭的一个 SLR， 这个地方有点狭小啊，过来之后车阵和配合着一波燃烧物，直接是把伤害拉满。
是的，那随着阶段6的刷新呢 ，Showtime 所在的农场南边的这一片防区也已经不在圈了。而外星突击手 Showtime 大全也第一个横刀立马拉。
I think we could agree FPP is more balanced, right? Where the aggressive team and the defending team are on more of an equal playing field. And technically, balance means it's more competitive. Because in any competitive game, it's all about balancing things, right? If you have one thing that's too OP, it's going to get nerfed. So competitive games pride themselves on being balanced. But with a game, for me, this is personal opinion now. For a game like PUBG, like a battle royale game, where it's got 16 or 15 other teams you compete against. It's got circle shifts that you don't know where it's going. It's got a lot of random factors. This game is meant to be played from a disadvantage. And you have to be fast on your feet. You have to improvise. You have to adapt. It's not a 5v5 like CSGO. It's not a 1v1 like Hearthstone. If it's like a 5v5 or a 1v1 game, yeah, balance is super important. Because then if it's a 1v1 type game and one person's always getting the advantage by defending in TPP, yeah, that's broken. Right? But this game is so dynamic and different that for me, balance doesn't mean making everyone on equal playing fields. Balance, that's not what makes this game competitive for me. What makes this game competitive is the difficulty. So there's an imbalance between defending and aggressive teams and TPP, and I like that imbalance because I've seen aggressive teams that are good still kill defensive teams because the aggressive team has to rely way more on teamwork and strategy. to win a fight by being aggressive. And you see it all the time actually now. You see teams at camp trying to take advantage of, you know, TPP, and they get screwed over by the aggressive team that takes control of the situation. If it was FPP, that aggressive team would have an even easier time, I feel like, in winning those fights. So, if you're a good fucking team, you can still slap teams that are defending and have, you know, that TPP peak advantage. So the argument for me is like, I don't need FPP for it to feel more balanced, because I like the challenge in TPP. FPP harder for people with bad gun skill? FPP is harder for defending players with bad gun skill. The only time a TPP helps you gun skill wise is if you're the defending team. If you're holding an angle, TPP is way easier.
插到了 TMG 和 NV 腾讯视频战队的中间，而这样一颗火是刚刚正好封到了阿杰的身上。
没错，但是要注意一下 Order 的位置，他这个地方，哎呦，之木的这一波野牛原点放到了爱笑。
之木在原点传来捷报，而稳电雕这里直接选择跳枪带走阿杰。
好，看一下这边这个小集装箱是被体坛给全部拿下了。之木这个地方没有载具的话，怎样和队友汇合？
我觉得本身在这样一个圈边的厕所，如果能够成功把自己的队友
Spec prefers FPP.
的话，那自己如果在后续能进
I find myself playing FPP in tournaments out of habit. It's just better.
在上一个圈比较关键的一个决策。
刚才给了一下
FPP better for gun skins or is TPP is nice for outfit skins? Facts. That's the real difference between FPP and TPP.
有没有一个是可以出售，或者说可以自己开的？
我觉得应该是有一辆的，不然的话，苏 K 也不会一个人拉到前点的位置帮助他拿信息。
所以要看下一个圈型怎么说了。下一个圈型如果把 NV 腾讯视频战队、体坛、Showtime 的防区全刷走的话，这一个二手车公司可就真的成了市中心的宝地了。
Damn, look at this mess of cars. That's a lot of cars.
应该是9辆车到10辆车之间。对。但是我看到了2个蹦子，啊，然后还有2个吉普。 其他的全是金灿灿的玛莎。
对啊，哦，这个圈型还是把 LGD 的2个人囊括在中间，体坛和 Showtime。
This is an interesting circle ending. LGD have the whole entire side of that map to themselves. You got 3 teams here that have to kind of move. HYFA, Huya FA, it's a streamer team that won the wildcard tournament.
如果自己干拉出来，除非有一个烟城，不然其实也蛮难的。
对的，那老干爹这边的枪线其实覆盖的就比较全面，一个是看住这个
LGD are chilling right now，
一个是看住这个大仓的西边，而99这里也是看住了这个防区的前点，而大权也是防止自己的屁股被偷。
Showtime 这里应该是最先会吃到蓝圈伤害，但他们也是想要最晚动手的那一个，最好前面2个有编制就先打起来。
这样一来，我看到体坛在这个大仓是获得了一辆蹦子和一辆黄金玛莎。
是，管风这边也是要准备拉开，可惜没有能够拉出去。
这样一个位置，随着蓝圈的逼近，如果说你的烟雾弹不迅速起来的话，那我觉得很有可能面临着老干爹和 NV 腾讯视频枪线一个洗礼。
而且晚风的倒地其实说明白了，这个仓口其实完全被 NV 腾讯视频战队的枪线封住了，还要选择从这里强出吗？很难。
高稳健刚刚被打就直接选择一个卧趴，在这样的一个围栏，而苏 K 这里也是能够直接打到体坛电竞的，
完全是一个舒服打法呀。NV 腾讯视频战队这里很可能要打一点攻。
哦呦 ，Powerboy 最终是带走了体坛的之木，而99这里趴了太久了。
这个位置也是被发现了，但是当前自己身后的蓝圈很痛的分数给到了 Order。Suki 本场拿到6个淘汰，继续可以舒服打靶。
那99在这个大仓也是最终把自己的性命交给了信号区。
NV 腾讯视频战队和 LGD 从现在的一个圈内的控制来说的话，其实 LGD 还是比较有优势的。即便人员少了一个，但 NV 腾讯视频战队出这个防区就看自己的配合以及投掷物了。
而且在这个防区，其实，在先前我们也知道，
If it was FPP, some teams will seriously have problems.
自己的房子下面。那 NV 腾讯视频战队这边是有一个人员编制的优势，但是这里刚刚昂哥也
Yeah, a lot of the teams that like get the circle, they're gonna have a way harder time defending if it was FPP. So defending in FPP is more difficult. Pushing in FPP is easier, which means pushing in TPP is more difficult. Defending in TPP is easier. Yeah, so like each nice cleanups by LGD. So both modes have its positives and negatives.
是，来看一下目前的积分排名情况，6到第15位分别是天霸、秦九、体坛、LGD、AG、TMG、SMG、STE、童家宝和 TC 战队。
Do you think the scene, NA scene of PUBG is not as competitive ever since PEC 2020? I feel that way, especially after so many big orgs left the scene. I mean, we still have a few big orgs. Ghost Gaming came in, which is like, in my opinion, bigger than Tempo. Ghost Gaming, 19E is a pretty decent org. They're not a North American org, but they're still a decent org. Lazarus is a smaller org. I think they're Canadian based. XSET is a huge org. XSET is actually a pretty big fucking org, and they're in mobile. PK, they're a decent org too. I mean, I think the NA PUBG mobile scene is still okay. It's if Tencent does things correctly and they promote the game correctly and whatever, you know, the NA scene should just keep growing. Hopefully.
接下来让我们用胜利时刻回顾一下上一局。
又火了，兄弟！他倒一个，他倒一个。补了补了。啊！我被车大的。又倒一个吗？外面一个残的。牛逼！牛逼！牛逼！牛逼！牛逼！
Dude, their comms are so quiet. It's like the complete opposite of some other teams. This is what Ghost Gaming comms sound like. Just calm and quiet.
又火了，兄弟！他倒一个，他倒一个。补了补了。啊！我被车大的。又倒一个吗？外面一个残的。牛逼！牛逼！牛逼！牛逼！牛逼！
I mean, they scream when they win.
补他补他。补一下补一下。他怎么这么勇啊？ 走，连上！别急别急，又倒一个，又倒，就剩一个了，最后一个，他们要过来，我过来了，姐姐，死完了，他们死完了，死完了，死完了，他被打倒一个，我打一个，打一个，打一个。
Complete silence when they die. Not a single word said.
死完了，他们死完了，死完了，
Look,
他们
look.
打倒一个。
They're fighting LGD. I knocked one. I knocked one. Not even a sigh of disappointment. Not even like a damn or like a. It's just complete silence. Maybe the mic didn't pick up what they said, but I don't know. Nah, I think they muted. It might have been they're muted, or they just don't even say a single word.
我先贴了，我先贴了。其实，哎，倒一个，然后 GC 死一个。
How come Nova America doesn't beat everybody, even though they practice the most, probably? Here's the hard truth. As much as practice does for players and teams, some teams, a lot of teams actually in NA, simply just don't have the right players still. Some players are just not like competitive level. Not everyone could be a competitive gamer. Like it's not. Yeah, you can practice, you can improve for sure. And some players like Sixless, when he started the game, he was complete garbage. And he practiced and grinded the game a lot and he got a lot better. But some players, even if they practice that much, there's just certain limits. Spec feels like they're trying too hard. I mean, they are definitely tryhards for sure. That Chinese work mentality. I think the RNG players were cursing, so that's why they muted it. Oh, maybe. That might be it. Oh, I agree with that. Safan says, I feel NA players after some time lose motivation in PUBG because mobile games are not what they aspire for in regards to esports. Yeah, mobile esports isn't like highly respected or hyped in North America either, right? So that's definitely an aspect of it. I could definitely see and feel like some players lost motivation in that sense. Imagine Lazarus have Coops replace Fate. I mean, on paper, yeah, Coops is a fucking monster and has better stats than Fate. But like, anytime you say one player replacing another player on a team, it all depends on the team synergy and how it works, right? Specs says that's exactly why I would want to move to another region, like Japan or SEA, something like that. Yeah, where mobile gaming is like way more supported and respected. Coops is in passion fruit right now. Okay, so I asked Coops personally, like on stream, like 2 days ago. Rosters are locked. Coops can't play for Passion Fruits and PMPL Americas. Maybe Coops joined Passion Fruit as like a player on the team, like for the future. But Coops isn't able to play Americas. Coops is in Xset. Okay, Spectre said Coops joined Xset. That's a good pickup for. So what? Juicy retired, right? And Coops joined in place of Juicy, or what's going on there? Oh yeah, Coops is playing with Passion Fruit for ESL. Yeah, that's what it was. Coops is playing with Passion Fruit for ESL. But as far as Americas go, it's rostered locked. No one is playing. Or Coops isn't playing Americas for anybody. Juicy retired. Nico retired. So Juicy and Nico retired? Xset never made Americas. Yeah, Xset. Spec says Nico retired. Coops J7 kill switch. Who else? I'm joining Xset, boys. That's the secret. From one X team to another X. Execute, Xset. There's the big surprise. JK. They retired for a few months. Just wait, they will be back. Yeah, that's true. It always happens. The retirement post and then they come back. What do you think about Pakistan PMPL teams? I haven't watched much of Pakistan region. The only regions I really watch are the Americas, because I mean I kind of have to. And right now the Chinese region. The Japan region I try to watch because I'm playing, you know, with a Japanese team. But most of what I watch in the Japan region is more tier 1 because that's where we're competing in. The top teams in PMJL tier 0, we're just not even competing against those teams, so there's no point in researching and studying their strategy.
短个半分钟左右。但是一圈的圈型是东圈，那我就加速往里面去拿一些位置。
当然 ，AG 这样的一个做法呢，其实也要关注的，就是说，待会儿可能比他们更北边的，就是从 S 城出来的佟家堡，他们一旦去接管了他们山顶废墟的半山腰这一块的话 ，AG 再想要往北走就会比较难。
是的。
所以说这个山腰
Advice for people that want to be pro.
关键的一个位置。
而老干爹刚才看到老干爹是
So besides the obvious of like practice, join teams, try and like get your name out there. If you don't have the natural skill to easily stand out, you just got to put in a lot of time and practice and show a lot of effort. And the one way to get noticed without having insane like montage highlights or you're just a crazy fragger is record and stream your shit, right? Like the more you put your name out there, the more you'll be noticed.
但是呢，节奏上面是没有像微博那样选择加速往圈里去拿一些地位的。
是啊，他们这边还是比较中规中矩的一个打法，而且 R 城
How do I find a team or a roster?
慢一点点。R 城你别看他
first, just kind of get involved in the scene. Like, look up in your region who hosts scrims. Join that Discord. Talk around. Make some friends. Get to know some players in tier 2, tier 1, whatever you could get your hands on. And just, yeah, and you just grind from there.
以刚才我们说的飞天楼为首，左边那一大片马路都是一个很容易被激活扫的马路。
是。
那不像你像，因为现在 TC 是刚刚进圈。而且像 R 城这样的地段，如果说它是圈中心的话，那这一段路其实是不好走的，而且是走不了。
Whereas 4AM, they didn't qualify. This is the finals for PEL 2021 Season 1. They didn't qualify for the finals.
前面是没有什么太多的风险和阻碍的，大家应该都是去中心抢点了。同样对 LGD 来说，大家现在可能从右侧可以看到 LGD 有个蓝色的标志，它还在蓝圈里面，那说明 LGD 今天选择一个上城区，就是要打一个究极慢节奏。
那毕竟，2场海岛地图的这个航线都没有给到自己回家的优先选择权，但是呢
，Spec, you guys will be fine.
还是说打好自己的之前战术布置的吧。
尤其是 LGD 上一局刚拿到了一个非常可观的分数，对他们。
It's not 100% confirmed, but it's like pretty confirmed, right? That to qualify for PMGC, they're totaling up all your PMPL points from what we just played. There's going to be another PMPL in the second half of the year, and they're going to tally up all the points, and that's going to determine who goes into PMGC. It might be 100% confirmed already, but since I'm like a caster, I don't want to ever say anything is confirmed unless if somebody from Tencent has directly messaged me telling me this is 100% confirmed. Look at this split by AG. They get the circle. But they gotta, yeah, they're gonna readjust. Yeah, they know they can't hold that split. That's way too greedy. It's confirmed we got an announcement. Okay, well, it's confirmed. To make it into PMGC, it's not going to be an 18-game finals where RNG might screw over a team. It's going to be all the PMPL games point totals, or not all of them. From what I heard, it's the Super Weekend points plus the finals points. So the regular week points don't count, which is good, because then teams could do what they want and just make top 16, try out different strategies. It makes for more exciting gameplay. But Super Weekend plus the finals points gets added together. Oh, that fire though.
对于这个城区来说的话，其实 Y 城西圈已经不止一次了。可能 Showtime 觉得这个时候我不用走，我先打靶一波，阻止其他人进城，或者进城我收分。
对于 SMG 来说，他知道 TMG 刚刚在转移的这一段过程当中是倒地过的，所以 SMG 是想接这一波。但是对于 TMG 来说，他也知道 SMG 是少人。
Yeah, in PEL, I don't really like the way they have it, where it's like
小张这一颗雷能不能一雷定乾坤？
like
一颗雷
20 games decide if you're making it to the finals or not.
选择是被扶了起来。
I like what they're doing now. It's a lot more. This way, a top team will make it, right? Because you're putting in all their performances added up together, and you send the best team overall.
爱笑直接进来一个提前枪，是收走了 SMG 最后一名成员。
TMG 算是买下了这一个小防区啊，但这个地方几乎也固定住了。待会儿想要出这个防区的话 ，Showtime 以及北部山上的一些队伍可能都不会给太多的好路。
How long did it take for you to be pro?
而且周围还有 Showtime 的枪线。
Well, the very first tournament that ever came out, I made it to the finals in Dubai. The very first global tournament. I was there in Dubai, and we got like 6th or 7th place, which is not too bad. Yozu, good job on casting, man. Love the energy you and Juke's bring. Appreciate it. Thanks. Who do you think the top 3 PI will be? The top 2 is going to be Chinese teams, and the 3rd place team, it could go to like Zeus. It could go to BTR maybe. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
那在这样一个点位，存在一个最大的问题就是，你 AG 的人不能全都在大仓里，你还是要拉出来分踩的。踩在哪儿呢？就像一些炮楼，然后一些小的悬崖、石头周围。那在这样的一个地段，在圈中。
Is Navi dominating CIS region? I think so. I remember somebody said they are dominating. When's PEI? Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So like in 3 days. At 6 a.m. EST, I'll be viewer partying it. Yeah, 27th to 29th.
现在已经不是一个比较香的点位了。
而且他们人员现在是一个2-2分踩，但都在比较靠南部的位置啊，身边的枪线也比较多。
来了，老干爹这里选择一个大范围的迁徙，直接从东北部扎到了 AG 的脚下，而且程 C 跟猫猫2个人这里落地就起了一颗烟。黄 Sir 这里想要帮助自己的队友舒涵。
舒涵这个位置非常的关键，看这里能不能够限制得住老干爹这一波的进攻。
LGD don't win this. There's no way.
AG 这波一定要快打呀，因为他们半山腰的这个优势千万不能够被其他人所占据。
苏 K 这里漏了出来，跟15ZY pick 了一波，锁骨这里又再一次漏，15ZY 这里再接了2个人的枪线。
非常的谨慎，但猫猫这里好像已经是快要拉上来了。
猫猫已经拉了上来，自己的队友舒涵是被打残的一个状态，没有办法帮自己架枪。
猫猫这个位置非常关键，而且舒涵那里其实有点不敢再往前踩了。
毕竟舒涵这里。
Is LGD winning this?
这波好在舒涵还有一个高打的，
LGD is winning this.
换一个位置，当心这里可能要
LGD is winning this.
突破掉了 AG 在左边的助手，那这样的话
，Damn.
黄 Sir 跟15ZY 是先后倒地。
放弃掉了正面战场 ，AG 还是选择要回去守
Oh,
自己的
that
大
player
仓，
got
因为
knocked
很
right
担
there.
心佟家堡其实一直在北部，如果捕捉到他们这个打架的信息过来，拿下他们半山腰这个位置。
Okay, LGD. I'm rewatching. This I'm rewatching. PEI, I'm gonna be watching live. It's gonna be live. How different do you think GFP is compared to regular PUBG Mobile? It's basically regular PUBG Mobile, but everything about it is better. Like, there's no the lag. You could car seat change very easily. You could switch guns very easily. The game feels a lot smoother. Yeah.
舒涵跟司马光 一辆观光车，但是洪家堡早早在这里驻守住了。
AG 这一波真的有必要吗？我刚才以为他们放掉 LGD 这面战场是为了守住半山腰那个比较香的位置。
维森说没想到吧，这里还有人，还是洪家堡。
Plus, as Star Challenge content creators. Oh, well, I was talking about the very first Dubai tournament because a player asked me how long did it take me to get pro. And for me, pro is when you attend your first like big tournament that requires multiple qualification processes. So that would be Dubai. But if it's not Dubai, then it's the one right after that because I also qualified for that one. So I don't know. Some people, to be a pro means you get signed and you get paid to play the game. There's different. What makes a pro gamer varies on what you consider a pro.
洪家堡在这里等很久了，他知道待会儿会有人去绕他这个弱侧，所以专门分了3个人的力量在这个圈边等在白圈外。
Some people think a pro player is someone that lives completely off of gaming, meaning they could pay rent, they could pay for their food, they don't have to live with their parents, and all they do is play video games competitively. Not streaming, not content creating, but they only play the game competitively and they can live off of that. And that makes them a pro. In which case, in North America, like, I don't think it's really possible to be a pro PUBG mobile player. If you make more money than your mom, you're pro.
这不就是 AG 想放下的这个位置吗？有3个队伍想要过来抢。
我怎么感觉这局我看过呢？
我也有点小印象，你别啊！
我怎么感觉我看过这局呢？
禁止提前书写剧本。
I'm surprised LGD didn't push up to the top after they killed 2 players.
是，还可以拉一下，因为现在 FPP 还有。
Maybe they just want this position instead. I would think they would want the position higher up. Yes, WBG is ELG rebranded. That is correct.
Showtime 这里也是提前的来到了2支战队的脚下，而且还带走了老干爹的1名成员。
哦，这一波要被加了。
I'm proud we have better teams coming from NA region like Lazarus Ghost and 19E. You guys are forgetting that we qualify for PMPL Americas. Those teams haven't qualified yet for the global championship. I think the only team I would say confidently that I feel will qualify out of those is Ghost. But if NA, if Americas get like what, 3 invites or 4 invites to PMGC, we could have only 1 NA team go, and the 3 others are SA or Brazil.
99和帅狗已经拉成了一波枪线，先解决半山腰的 STE。可是这时候苏南这里好像
LGD messed up. They should have pushed up, bro. After they killed 2, I thought LGD was gonna push up to the next, but they just stayed for whatever reason.
拉到了 RNG 的脸上，怎么又是 RNG 呀？好，先看一下这一波啊，就是刚才我们回看的 AG 这里其实是2个人，势量比较的微薄。
That was an interesting push.
先自己先行趴住，看 RNG 有没有能够听到声音。
RNG 这里是跳过了苏南，直接拉到 Showtime 的脚下一个断枪的位置。那这样的话
，Who do you think is making it to PMGC from PEL? Oh, that's a hard one. Because the typical teams that are the best in China are not doing well. So who knows? Who knows? I have no idea. That's hard to say. Did you ever feel any difference between Game for Peace in Android and in iOS? I heard that Game for Peace is better in Android. I never really played Game for Peace on iOS, to be honest. When I was in China for PEC, oh no, I played on the iPhone the first time. I think both phones were fine.
不过他已经在蓝圈里面啊，看到他待会儿会不会对 Showtime 和
I am trying to
给
remember.
到一个 X 因素。
Game for Peace in general just feels better, so I was just like, oh, this game feels great. Regardless of what phone I was on, this game feels great. It feels better than the global version.
以至于他现在也是一个两人的编制。
虎豹在这里埋藏在烟中，掐一颗雷，但是逍遥已经贴到近点，全都是提前枪试探。虎豹在这里放倒了逍遥，欧德这里又放倒了来自另外一边的。
Oh, Nova's invited to PMGC. That's right.
恩威同学这边战队两边开花，可惜 TC 这里人数较多。
Yeah, Nova's invited. But as for who else from China is gonna get in, I don't know. It's hard to say.
哇，不愧是令这个地方好像还能拉一下 Kuboy 一手，因为秦九离的距离还有一些远。
而且出大堂这个时候也要扶一下 Sunflower。
是，两边都是一个扶人，暂且算是。
Where do I live? I live in Houston, Texas.
这个小箭头啊，也是重新指向自己的队友，就本来想劝这波架，发现你令啊居然一火把架全收了，那我也回去了。
光打开了自己的手电筒照了一下，
And what server are they gonna play PMPL Americas? They're probably just gonna put it in some central location, like some central server, and try and use fair ping technology to have everyone have the same ping. If anyone could clutch this, it'd be Order. Yep, of course.
连续拿下2城。
哇，这一波1抽2
Of course, bro.
惊险，而且还是一个低打高地形上的。
I'm like 1v2 from low ground. Oh, it's Order. He can do it.
那这个圈型继续还是给到了 AG 一开始
God, not Order. Oh, Daquan got the Groza.
但是 Showtime 这里人员编制比较齐整。
Showtime 这边也没有选择刚开始就去拉下去为自己的
The Quan
RNG 也是没有选择去攻这里，知道你这里刚才已经爆发了很多波团战，应该有人在这里驻守。
RNG 这里其实就是选择无限控边啊，我只要
The Quan about to clap with that Groza, or let's see what happens. I think people just need to realize PEL is insanely competitive. Nova actually had a good PEL compared to the last one. PEL is just too competitive. Yeah, like there's so many good teams in PEL that it's hard to be consistently in the top. I feel like when it's this competitive, it'd be different if it was like a game like CS:GO where it's like one team versus another team and that's it. But when you have 15 teams and circle shifts and all this RNG involved, it's pretty difficult to be top consistently, especially when it's this competitive. Like the NA scene is not that competitive yet, so Ghost Gaming is like the only consistent team, and like I could see them getting top 2 like consistently, top 3 at worst consistently, almost. But in PEL, to be top 3 consistently every time, that's really hard to do if you ask me. What is RNG? RNG is, it stands, so I'm not talking about the Chinese team, Royal Never Give Up. This is a different RNG. When I say RNG, it means random number generator, which just means the circle shifts. The circle shifts are random. You don't know where it's going to go. And that is something that you can't control in this game. So it's kind of like luck based. So when I say RNG, that's what I mean.
是，那看一下 NV 同学这边战队酷酷和令啊，他们的一个物资情况怎么样？如果他们雷特别多，火特别多的话，猛灌一波。哎，酷酷这里选择先对于 Showtime 这边发起攻击，
直接是把格子打残，一颗雷一颗火，选择强压，而令在这里是被派发现了。
哦，这个地方直接是被反秒了一下，光这里也已经看到了酷酷的身位。
酷酷这个位置，这棵树干还是有一些细小。
两边封烟，哦，直接开到了脸上，回声差一点点没有能够打过，也是由派收到了。
Coolboy got destroyed.
就是派。是啊，东边则是由 RNG 把守，西边是由童家宝驻守。
刚才打架的这一个空闲时间，也是让 RNG 成功的拉进了圈内，并且现在把守住了西边的位置。
刚刚拉进圈内就被山上的派发现了，而且还被放倒了。
星辰摸的这个地方其实有
I like to watch your party. Keep it up. Appreciate it.
陈川川直接开着自己的合金龙骨，又再一次跑到了舒展的旁边。
但是这里要不要补分直接拿下？
在补分的一瞬间，派的两人又再一次来到了舒展的旁边。
小智在山下架枪，不过这个时候枪基本上是不太能够管束得到派。
而且派这两名队员在刚刚下车就一直压制到原点的小智。
I see the defense that RNG was trying to do.
对，没有给。
确实是不给分了。
But yeah, that was a difficult one.
是，来看一下下一个圈型，童家宝趁着西部在打架的时候，
哎，这是什么情况？这是什么情况？
Oh.
碰车，格子说我不要。
His car is stuck, bro.
我也没想到，两个车卡在一起还能。
That's a PUBG Mobile global thing if I've ever seen one.
那这样的话，童家宝是在圈里。
PEI is playing very aggressive. Yeah, they are.
刚才趁着大家打架，把龙仔是送到了圈型的中间。
是的，主要还是因为。
Okay, Daquan's about to pop off here in this last game. All right, let's see what happens. By the way, after this game, I'm gonna chill and stream some Diablo Immortals. If you don't know what Diablo Immortal is, it's not a shooting game. It's like a, I don't know. It's like Diablo or Path of Exile, or I guess some of you guys might know Maple Story. I guess it's kind of like Maple Story-ish. I'm trying to explain what Diablo is. Okay, if people don't know what Diablo is, how would... It looks like a what? Alright, let's see what Daquan's got. Oh, that DP. Daquan with 5 kills. Can he get the finish? Diablo is devil? Yes, Diablo is devil. But there's a game called Diablo that's... Okay, you guys can watch me play it. I haven't played it yet, so it's gonna be my first time. But yeah, I'm gonna... Saku says I should end the stream and start a new one, so that way when it saves on YouTube video, it'll be separate. So I'm gonna be ending the stream for like a minute, and I'm gonna change my stream titles. And if you guys still want to stay and watch, we could chill and watch some Diablo. Watch over Daquan. Okay, we're watching. I got it. Daquan's gonna pop off here again. Okay, it's coming. All right. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, no more reading chat. Okay, Daquan's pinning the left side of that top bridge. He's holding the left side. He's got to make sure nobody comes in further from the left, though. But it doesn't look like PEI is pushing down that way. Oh, great nade. TJB is just going to take this fight with PEI, maybe. No, they're going to get closer to ST.
帅狗这里当心，因为刚才派这里已经看到了他们步行的角度。
帅狗连续的道具投掷，是想要压制洪家宝，不让他踩到自己的山头。
是，派这边也是给了一波压制，想要给到自己服人的时间。
是的，而自己的队友99也从
Oh, this is tricky for ST. So right here, you would think an ST player would be pinning this side to watch TJB. But this right here is exposed to the left. So he can't go too far up. And if he can't go too far up, he can't suppress TJB. So this situation's a little bit tricky.
那个地方其实是没有一个反坡那么大的一个陡面啊，99那里开枪的话是最容易限制到童家宝的。
对的，其实对于派来说，现在最难受的一点就是大拳拳一直在盯着自己。
是。
Oh, Daquan with the nade on PEI. Okay, Daquan knows ST's in a tricky spot. So Daquan's gonna try and come up huge. Holy shit. Holy shit, Daquan. That is a really smart move to go aggressive there. He knows they're in a tricky spot. He gets one opening with a nade. He's going to try and take advantage of that and make a hero play because it's needed. Easy 1v3. That was the quickest 1v3.
哎呦，这个雷精准，直接制到了格子，而且凯王这里才刚刚拉起自己队友一个隔绝火，不让你过来扶人。
大拳拳拉到了侧身，一个右探头，左右探头，大拳拳
拿下了派所有人，本场淘汰达到7个。
而且帅狗这个位置是没有办法再帮助99。
Oh, does he 1v3 again? There's no way. There's no way. No way he wins this.
人员有生力量上来说也更多一个，但是大拳拳。
Oh, he's blind. He's flashed. Oh, he just got no fucking no. Oh my god. 1v6, bro. That's better than Xenox's 1v4.
两波的男人。
哎，不愧是我们常规赛的最佳阵容之一啊！来看一下现在的积分榜情况。
The Quan
5位分别是天霸、秦九、体坛、LGD、TMG、AG、童家宝、SMG、ST 和 TC 战队。
The Quan, bro. The Groz is fucking broken. If he did not have a Groza, he would not pull that off. But holy shit. What the fuck? 1v6? Through the flash?
哎呦，这个雷精准，直接制到了格子，而且凯王这里才刚刚拉起自己队友一个隔绝火，不让你过来扶人。
大拳拳拉到了侧身，一个右探头，左右探头，大拳拳
拿下了派所有人，本场淘汰达到7个。
而且帅狗这个位置是没有办法再帮助99架枪了，最终的决赛圈大拳拳1打3童家宝。
是童家宝有个地理上的优势，而且人员有生力量上来说也更多一个，但是大拳拳。 这边可是把狗砸，
是的，不断的开枪，不断的压制，被白了，连续放倒2人，最终的一个决赛圈。
Oh my god!
拿到了10个淘汰，让我们恭喜收台。
He got 10 kills in that one game.
是童家宝，所有人本场淘汰达到7个。
而且帅狗这个位置是没有办法再。
Imagine dying to FPP hipfire, especially in Game for Peace. Game for Peace hipfire is absolute trash. But you know what's not trash? The Groza.
被白了，连续放倒2人，最终的一个决赛圈，大拳拳拿到了10个淘汰，让我们恭喜收台。
We need to hear the comms, bro. He's pronounced 大船. Okay, 大船. I'm just calling my boy the Quan. He is now known as the Quan.
在经过了这么激烈的一个决赛圈和这么精彩的一个发挥之后
What graphics cards do you use? I have a 2080 something. 2080 or 2070. My PC's custom built. A friend helped me build it though, so I don't remember all the specs. Watch YLL's 1v8 against RNG and DKG. Casters were more hype. If you could drop a link for that real quick, yeah, I'll take a peep.
今天是整个赛季的最后一天，然后大全跑到我微博下面来互动，说那我今天必吃因为其实我解说的每一场比赛里面，大全他都会说
You're better than 大全。
在最后一局也是终于让大全拿到了这一局的成功胜利。
He was known quite a lot in China due to his performance in PEL Season 3 2020.
是的，我感觉他当时不是一只手在战斗，我觉得他身后。
You never heard a commentator become that loud in China? Yeah, that guy, commentator popped the fuck off. He might board the Quan.
上一次的话，让我们这么激动，其实还是花神的那一波一秀多的操作。
还有舒涵。
哎，对。那今天呢，也是再次这个。
Last guy had that e-girl strafe. Not gonna lie. I would dolphin dive off that hilltop and 360 the guy.
哇，今天我们这个周决赛的，我们总决赛的这个。
What tournament was Tensa in today? They were playing some Latin America tournament. I'm not sure. I don't know where you would be able to watch it. You'd have to message Tensa or Spec or something. They might know.
各位特种兵们，大家好，欢迎来到
All right, let me hear the
赛后实
comms
时人气
for
排行
that
榜环
last
节，我
moment.
是主持人子琪。
Let me hear the how loud the Neil P was, because they love saying
特
Neil
种兵们可
P.
以发现大的战队，同时也手和
大家注意一下。
打一下，在我中间。
打 call 的最后关头的几局，以为大家会忍住，没有想到大家只想更加秀起来。
是。
那接下来让我们用胜利时刻回顾一下上一局。
Oh, the most amazing thing is that Daquan beat TJB only S at the end, who has 1v4 WBG 2 times this season. Oh, so that last 1v1 was against a really good player too. Wait, Reflex says it's because only S died first. Only S went down first. If only S would have stopped that if he was the last alive.
倒2个了，今年。
先换几张。刷死！牛逼！听我说。
Yo B. Oh wait, so Order clutched that, and then he clutched another fight. Dude, Order the GOAT.
牛逼！好，3个就在那个时候。
牛逼！Swan 牛逼！
在我中间。
Okay, once again for refreshers. This is what you guys should do in scrims from now on. When you guys get a squad wipe, instead of saying all dead, just scream Swang, Swa, Swa, which means all dead, and then scream Yo P immediately afterwards. It's like a little teddy bear.
我把的，来着，这里有个，这里，是。
黑特斯拉，黑特斯拉，
帮我拿一下。哎，术后，有雷，传。走，右边，小下面。把你架。打。nice，先补。还有一个他。口交宝的。上车，烧倒了一个，直接顶那个树，踩中靠上一点，我左边倒一个，
树脸上2个，
压出来了，我在数完 ，OK， 打残一个，倒俩，
Here it comes.
左边，
Oh, they cut the comm short. Come on, I want to hear them scream it.
比赛的 MVP 是 Showtime
大全，
拿到了10个淘汰啊，伤害是来到了1681， 9个击倒。
这个数据是追平了我们最高淘汰，以及刷新了我们单场的伤害1681，目前是我们 SE 赛季最高单场伤害。
PL
It was only S at the end.
还
Okay.
有也是直接追到了我们淘汰榜的第1位，现在大全位列我们总决赛淘汰榜第33个淘汰，第2位顾菊居27。
Boy Daquan with 2 back-to-back 1v3s.
有点小断层了。
我觉得今天确实
It's 大选。
选手们的发挥。
Wait, I could read the first Chinese symbol.
33
Yeah, the first Chinese symbol is Da, which means big.
个淘汰，第2位顾菊居27，舒长26，令儿23，以及北
Mike was too loud. Mike couldn't pick it up.
我觉得
Let me just call him Daquan.
确实是不光比赛精彩啊，选手们的发挥也非常精彩。但是我还是要为大全说一句，离谱。
这最后一波我大概数了一下，6个应该是
一穿六，
这真正意义上的一穿6啊。刚才说一句，哎呀被闪了，手一边放下，另一只手就掏枪了。
但是佟家宝其实也是非常的可惜啊。
All right, that's it for today. Oh, we got Daquan on the mic. Damn, look at his smile. He's happy. Yeah, I'll try and translate this because it's the boy Daquan talking. I'll translate this as best as I can.
佟家宝其实也是非常的可惜啊。对，是人是鬼都在秀啊，只有我在挨揍。
其实佟家宝前期这个找机会还是找的蛮好的，无奈最后是大全。那么这个万众瞩目的男人，现在有什么话想对我们说呢？一起来采访一下他吧。
欢迎来到赛后采访环节，我是主持人 Linky， 站在我身旁的是来自 Showtime 的大全全，跟大家打招呼吧。
Hello, 大全. His name is pronounced 大全.
ST 的大拳。
太秀了，你是唯一一个2波1穿3的男人。
So the girl's like, you just strung together 2 1v3s in a row.
现在心情怎么样？
How do you feel right now?
血压上升，腿站不住。
赛场
I think he said something along the lines of, I can barely stand.
上打得很高，心情怎么样？
血压上升，腿站不住。
Something
赛场上打得很高嘛，但是
like
其实下
something like his legs are shaky, right?
来的话，还是抑制不住自己内心的激动，是吗？
对，
当时是怎么做到的？
就想着
So she's asking, how did you manage to do this play? Like, what were you thinking? How were you feeling?
队友这时候要我出手了嘛，那我肯定要站出来。然后队友这时候都倒了，那我肯定要出来独当一面嘛。
当时队内
Okay, yeah. So he's saying something along the lines of the first 1v3. He knew his team was going to be surrounded, kind of, or in a tough position. So he said he knew he had to make a play when he got that first grenade. So he went for it, and he got the first 1v3.
怎么沟通的？
当时他们很吵嘛，我就让他们闭嘴。
哦，
然后我就独自操作了。
太
了嘛，那我肯定要站出来。然后队友这时候都倒了，那我肯定要出来独当一面嘛。
当时队内怎么沟通的？
当时他们很吵嘛，我就让他们闭嘴。
哦，
然后
Okay, something about she's asking him. I think she's asking him, what were your teammates saying at the time when they got knocked? Or what was the opponent's team saying or something like that? And he's like, they were just really loud, so I just told him to shut up or something.
队友这时候要我出手了嘛，那我肯定要站出来。然后队友这时候都倒了，那我肯定要出来独当一面嘛。
当时队内怎么沟通的？
当时他们很吵嘛，我就让他们闭嘴。
哦，
然后我就独自操作了。
太秀了！我发现最后一个决赛圈你们是选择大仓的那个位置，其实大仓那个位置有利有弊，如果圈一旦刷走的话，很难出来，他的视野是有限制的。有没有做过下一步的一个行动的规划？
想过啊。
Okay, so she's asking him, you guys, so I saw earlier you guys took the warehouse. I know the warehouse is a strong position, but it's a really hard position to leave if you don't get the circle. Did you guys have a plan in mind, or what were your thoughts about if you guys didn't get the next circle? Something like that.
啊，那就顺其自然推嘛，反正已经进来了，那肯定比后面的位置好嘛。
对自己的
Okay, so he's like, yeah, of course we've talked about it when we decided to take this position. If we don't get the circle, then we just got to push. We just got to push up to the next position. And then he said the warehouse position is better than our previous position, though, which was like further down on the low ground. So, yeah.
枪法非常有实力，是不是因为你手中拿了一把狗仔？
对，你就是因为狗仔。
Okay, so they're like, your confidence was really strong. Does it have to do with the fact you have a Groza? And he's like, yes, it's because I have the Groza.
而且是相应的狗杂，非常的舒服啊。我们看到最后只剩3支队伍的时候，你们是有一个反斜坡的位置。其实那个位置的话，相对来讲，其他2队会比较灵活一点，但是也是比较纠结，先打哪一队？当时是怎么对内沟通的呢？
就想着中间我们先踩住嘛，然后哪边有机会先清谁，然后我这边。
Okay, so she's asking, in that end game, you guys were in a tricky situation. What's your strategy going in? So he's saying, well, we knew the first step was to just get middle ground control. So they like went in between both teams, just established control all throughout. And then he said, and then we were just going to see which side we get the opportunity first. So whichever side we get a knock first, we'll just try and like clean out.
想我扎倒一个派嘛，然后当时我就直接顶上去把派全部清光，然后那时候队友佟家宝就已经压上来。
And then he's saying, and then I got the nade on the pie. So I mean, our goal was to take out pie first, then, and then he just pushed up and took out pie on his own.
还是抓住了。
We got a warning for using drop weapons in that Latin tourney. Oh, you can't use drop like what, crate weapons? You guys got a warning for using crate weapons?
一个很好的时机，当然的话，现在看到积分情况啊，积分情况
Spec, did you see the 1v6?
只有11分的一个分差了，但是后面紧随其后只有2分，就我觉得这是一个非常有压力的位置，第二名的位置。对于明天最后一天的总决赛，要怎么稳固这个位置呢？
Oh, you're probably answering yes to my other question. Did you see the 1v6 though by Daquan? Tenso was saying yesterday, the boy Daquan looks kind of cute.
就是没事就当做
Okay, I'll go back.
没有什么压力的，反正就各自给队友加油鼓励。
关键是给大家要加油鼓励，然后齐心协力，一起发挥出最佳的状态，是吗？好的，谢谢大群接受我的采访。
先不，还有个他，
一个后手。
是的，其实最起码就是保证
All right, this is Daquan. Da Xuan Xuan, or AKA Daquan.
边和帅狗的左边不能有派枪线来干扰。
啊，基本上99就是一个压枪的一个作用。
牺牲位，其实这种就是牺牲位。
有点这样。待会儿蓝圈到了，他可能也不太容易继续往前走。
决赛圈非常的焦灼。
但是对于童家宝来说，必须要往更上面拉这个高打低打开突破口，不然待会儿蓝圈其实是先逼童家宝这一。
Okay, let me fast forward it a little bit, because nothing really happens.
童家宝这里想要打响决赛圈的
步行的角度。
帅。踩到自己的山头，
是派这边也是给了一波压制，想要给到自己扶人的时间。
是的，而自己的队友99也从自己的右后侧面是选择开枪压制一下童家宝。
那个地方其实是没有一个反坡那么大的一个陡面啊，99那里开枪的话是最容易限制到童家宝的。
对的，其实对于派来说，现在最难受的一点就是大拳拳一直在盯着自己。
是，哎呦，这个雷精准，直接制到了格子，而且凯王这里才刚刚拉起自己队友一个隔绝火，不让你过来扶人。
大拳拳拉到了侧身，一个右探头，左右探头，大拳拳
拿下了派所有人，本场淘汰达到7个。
而且帅狗这个位置是没有办法再帮助99架枪了，最终的决赛圈大拳拳1打3童家宝。
是童家宝有个地理上的优势，而且人员有生力量上来说也更多一个，但是大拳拳这边可是把狗砸。
是的，不断的开枪，不断的压制，被白了，连续放倒2人，最终的一个决赛圈，大拳拳拿到了10个淘汰，让我们恭喜收台。1穿3，2波的男人。
Back to back 1v3s. Also, the last player he killed, this player here, only us. Apparently, this guy's 1v4'd WBG like 2 times this season. So this last player is like a top tier player too. I mean, he obviously like missed some shots here, but it's not like he got like a easy kill on the last dude. Like obviously for anybody to clutch a 1v3, they gotta hit their shots, and then also the enemy team, they gotta potato a little bit, or the enemy team fucked up for sure a little bit, but still like it's the grow zone.
拿到了10个淘汰，让我们恭喜收台。1穿3。2波的男人，
哎，不愧是我们常规赛的最佳阵容之一啊！来看一下现在的积分榜情况。
Hi, Suki. Only has to changing guns, bro. He had to reload. Top player of TJB throwing, man. I mean, shit. It's Daquan. We saw yesterday Daquan had another huge highlight play. Oh yeah, it was a Miramar game. I could probably go back to it really quickly because I remember it was a Miramar game. Like Daquan, like he's good, bro. He's good. Okay, it was the match before this.
Always wondering if your home is safe? Giant hassle.
Babe.
But getting a very smart security system? No hassles there. What's up, Troy? All the measuring.
He's meowing at you.
其实是的闪转，想要跳下去。
Yeah, right here.
来帮助自己的队友放倒了格子，又放倒了凯王。这个卑鄙的外乡人动了。
Oh no, wait, it wasn't here.
ST 这一波的协同是很亮眼的。
对。
交给我，是他这个最离谱。
Wait, if it's not here, it should be here.
在了，乔的有早没早，pick 费的每次先走，每次都不的位置，那至少还有自己方的信息，我给大家。
It's not here either. Okay, it was day 1. Whatever. Whatever. Or was it today? Wasn't it today's games? Am I tripping? Did we just see it today? It might have been today's Miramar. Oh yeah, it was it was the same day, bro. In the same day. Okay. Here we go. Alright, we got Daquan. Stuck between a 1v3 and a 1v4. I mean, his teammate's still alive, but his teammate's about to die.
经典3打2，只要协同到位的话，其实拿下 Showtime 也是囊中之物。
哎呦，这边山治走得非常的快。
He gets an A knock.
被大全军炸倒了。
对的，目前不管你这边怎么打吧，佟家宝都会过来劝架。
这不是佟家宝劝架呀，这你是撞到我佟家宝的枪口上呀。
对的，
打得太过于主动了，明明还在安全区内，却选择了一波主动出击。
大圈圈一个人架3个佟家宝的 ST， 同时在扶人，
一旭已经倒地不起啊，没有办法再扶。大圈圈踩火而行，主动出击，知道你在打包，打倒一个，
第2个有没有机会？
一个，大圈圈，最后的一个独狼，占领这个防区，
他不敢拉出去会有外面的枪线。
换出来就他这个人头，2枪都没有备弹了，赶紧踩在火边换。
一传三，
一传三。
Yeah, the crazy thing is, if he didn't get double peeked, he would if he peeked into one guy, he would have knocked this dude. He almost knocked that dude running across.
赶紧踩在火边换。
一传三，
Look at that. He almost knocked this guy too. This whole time, he's getting mollied like crazy. There's one molly up on here. Second molly thrown right here in this room. Freaking Daquan. He playing TDM right now. Yeah, dude. He's just shooting, pre-firing every angle, dude. On the move. He's getting stunned too. Guy's nuts. Oh, Spec, were you here when we were looking at the Japanese reject player? We were talking about mechanics. Somebody asked about mechanics, and I was like, the best mechanical player I've seen in terms of movement would be Xenox, and then also I mentioned you as a mechanics player. You're like absolutely nuts. You didn't see it? Okay. We were talking about this guy. Okay, after I show this clip, I'm gonna end the stream for a second, and then I'm gonna come back live with updated titles, and I'll be playing Diablo Immortals. Real quick, I'll show you guys what it is. So I'll show you guys what it is, so you guys can have an idea if you want to stay after I end the stream to see some of the gameplay. So I actually did play the game a little bit. I'm like level 4. I'm just gonna create a new character though, and we could start from the beginning. And this is whatchamacallit. This is like closed beta. I got lucky and got an invite to play. This game is not out yet publicly, but I am allowed to stream and play this. So it's like an RPG game, right? I picked a barbarian class. There's armor, there's items that you get from killing monsters, and then there's these skills. Like this skill right here. I can aim it. It pulls monsters in. I have this skill.
No, not yet.
Which just slices people, and then I got an AoE thing. Yeah. And you just run around killing monsters, doing quests. You get like special loot items, special stuff, and you fight bosses and so on. That's basically it. So if you guys want to watch me play some of that, I'll be doing it after I end this stream. But let's watch. Let's show Spec the. So yeah, I was saying how Japan is probably, as a region, has one of the highest like mechanical skills, like on average, and this is probably one of the better ones I've seen out of Japan. This guy, absolutely nutty clips, dude. You might have seen it. It's on Twitter. Also, I think this is TPP, but he's just playing an FPP. So similar to what Spec likes to do. Spec just likes being in the FPP zone. I'm trying to see if there's a way to see if this is a TPP match or not. I don't see his switch button, like TPP to FPP. So maybe this is an FPP room. I see he's not playing with his regular team, so it's not like a scrim, which is all in TPP. So this might be an FPP room. Oh, I got bodied. I love that clip. Is like 1v3. That was a 1v3. Insane. Okay, one last time. Also, I'm convinced that punching the air automatically makes you a better player. All the top players, when I see them put away their guns, they punch the air, bro. So if pro tip, punch the air when you're running around. It makes you a better player because all the good players do it. I want my controls to be like that, but I can't get it down, bro.
One more day of sorrow and I'll struggle to stay sober. Hope to see you later when I get older. I still remember the smell of your perfume. It hasn't left me since the day you made me blue. I think I saw you, but I know I'm not supposed to. I must be dreaming cause I don't believe in ghosts. Yeah, I must be dreaming cause I don't believe in ghosts. Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Japanese players are so good with shotguns for some reason. That's true. Clip of YY 1v8. I mean, if someone has that clip. Yo, thanks for the sub, Alam and Takashi King. Why is his reload button in the middle of his HUD? Is it? It's not in the middle. It's like right there. I need to learn thumb lean or something. Oh, you still use like 12 buttons with just your right index finger? That's funny. What tier is PMGC? What do you mean? PMGC is like the highest tier. It's because we don't pay him any attention. He wants you to leave the computer room so you can play with it. Can I send links here? Yeah, you could try. You've been using the index for like 2 years. Okay, let's show Zuki Cam, and then we're going to end the stream. If that clip comes through, we'll watch it real quick. But let's do Zuki Cam. We'll end the stream, and then I'll show you guys me playing Diablo Immortal for the first time. So if you guys want to stay for that, you can.
My game's starting.
Hi, Zuki. He's purring really loud right now. Giving him a little head massage. Zuki Cam. What are you doing, Zuki? Poke your head out. Oh, there you go. Oh my god, what are you doing, Zuki? Sometimes I just want to like, put his whole entire head in my mouth. Alright. I'm gonna just leave him in my lap. Links cannot be sent. Zuki's mic shy. Alright, you can DM me the link, I guess. Can you react to my Latin PMCO finals montage? Maybe next time. Like tomorrow? I think tomorrow we'll do some viewer stuff. YouTube. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh, okay. Is this it? Let's see.
拍倒两，右边是派和老跟爹，前面是 TJ 和那个恩威。哎，有人想来，金小鹏，进来，恩威倒一个旁边，马上， 着急，围墙还有一个，
我在拉人，
救完我要上了。
OK OK，洛丽塔可以帮你，
来，上
配合一下。
洛丽塔，他必死。来了，上头顶吗？放他。
Oh, hey, look, there's me. There's me with Zuki right there. Is that it? The full thing's on Instagram? Okay. That link does not work. Oh, let me do this. There's a space. That flash though. Oh, that's loud. Okay, we'll just keep the sound off. Alright, this is not a 1v8. This is it. The 1v4. Yeah, I'll play it soon. Okay, so that's the first one. I mean, he still has teammates up. Alright, he's got 2 teammates. Oh, one of them gets knocked. Y knocks another one with a grenade. Then he goes and pushes for the win. Alright, I'll react to clips tomorrow. We're done with PEL stuff for today. This was kind of funny though. The guy flashed him.
马上，着急，围墙还有一个，
我在拉人，
救完我要上了。
OK OK，洛丽塔可以帮你，
来，
配合一下。
洛丽塔，他必死。来了，上头顶吗？
That is a ballsy ass play. I wonder what went through his head when he decided to make that play. Legit, there's another team just like at the buildings right north of him. Can I send you the link? Send it to me tomorrow because I'm not going to watch it tonight and I'm going to forget it. You're probably going to have to send it again tomorrow. All right. Okay. We're going to do some Diablo. I'm going to end the stream, change my stream titles, and then I'll be back. If you guys want to stay and watch that, that'd be dope. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys.